All right, welcome back, everyone. All right, so last week you arrived in Vaxfall for the very first time. You went to the guild hall, met your contact, Carter Webb, last member of the Adventurers Guild in Viderheim, up until you guys all arrived. Did a little bit of shopping, and are now discussing getting various jobs. In fact, you met a few people who are offering certain jobs. Went to the bank, went to a magic shop, went to a bookstore,
A blacksmith.
made a contact at the blacksmith, and found out that the guild hall is sort of trying to be taken over by a little gang of folks who have kind of hang out in the edges of the rich section you're at.
You mean preppy, rich boys?
Uh,
Are they going to be snapping at us?
I think you guys may have slightly misinterpreted what this gang is like.
No,
They
it's-
like a subsidiary of the Iron Masters or something?
Yep.
They're actually really nice guys.
We're just going to go have a
I like that one.
conversation. Let's go have a conversation with them, you know? Tell them, hi, we're your new neighbors. See what happens.
And if you fuck with my house again, I'm going to turn you inside out and wear you as a condom while I fuck your mom.
And you had the audacity to say fire guillotine was gruesome.
Hey, that's in real life. That was D&D is where I get this shit out.
All right. Well, you're currently at the guild hall. I think that was the other thing. You were discussing repairing the guild hall. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, I got some grave tending supplies ordered.
yeah, I think we helped the guy a little bit too before we went off on our shopping expedition.
You did do a little cleanup, yes. But it still needs several hundred gold worth of repair before it's like...
I'll give all my gold.
No, I was just trying to think, who are you saying this to? Are you saying this to Carter?
To God,
I'm sorry.
See, Chungus just broke the fourth wall.
he could. He absolutely could.
Chungus is strong enough.
So, honestly, we can just make these guys pay for the guild repair. That'd
Well,
be
if they
the
broke
ultimate.
stuff, we could do some community service, but if these guys are like gang, I don't think that's gonna work. These aren't probably punk kids.
We'll start like a youth group.
Recovering encounters.
We beat the fuck out of them and then say, hey, repair our balcony.
Fix the awning.
Yeah.
I want the azaleas to pop.
You're like that hip youth guy who uses slang, but when it comes to gardening, these roses are not popping.
That trellis better be fucking lit.
Yeah. That's good.
Well, you, Carter Webb, to point out where the guys are located, so if you want to go and find them, it's just like a 20-minute walk from where you are.
We can
Sound like too much work.
drop off our stuff and go take care of that.
Okay. I figure at this point you've arrived back at the actual guild hall. You know, I just thought he did point out that there's bedrooms. No one's claimed a bedroom.
I'll go check out the bedrooms.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess I'll go check out
Go
the bedroom.
sleep in the barn with the
If there's
cows.
was anything resembling like a graveyard keeper's room, like somebody who actually tended the grounds, I'll take something like that.
Heading up the stairs to the second floor where the bedrooms are, you don't see anything that would necessarily be, for a graveyard keeper. These rooms are very similar to each other. There looks to have been at one point some measure of customization. You know, everyone tried to decorate the room in their own style, but most of the rooms have not been touched in years. Just cobwebs are filling it. There's a lot of dust. There's a few old trophies or a couple of paintings that have long since fallen to ruin. But yeah, they're basically just these kind of nice they're 10 by 10 rooms with your bed, your desk, table and chair, windows that look out over the courtyard. They're reasonable. Most of the beds, though, are pretty dusty. Some of them are a little moldy. And a couple of the rooms have broken windows that have best been, like, covered up and a couple of holes in the ceiling.
I'll go through and I'll start taking the moldy, like, fabric and stuff, like the bed sheets and stuff, off, and, like, anything that's too moldy to actually use, I'll mark those or something, just so people know as I'm going through, like, hey, this is a good bedroom to use, this one maybe not.
Okay. Yeah, there's only one bedroom that actually is relatively clean, and that's Carter's bedroom.
Makes sense.
But going through, you clean out about 4 bedrooms that have, like, some mold on the mattresses. 2 of them can't be saved. They're pretty well, like, covered in it. The other 2, you think with a good cleaning, you probably could clean it out.
Okay. How much money would a mattress be? Did we get a look in town?
Probably be like 20 silver.
Okay. I'll see if we can get an order in for those and new bedwear and all that stuff. All the things we would need to get these going.
All right. Well, currently, Jackson and Jimmy have kind of been milling around downstairs. So, hearing the order for the mattresses, Jackson just goes, Jimmy, here's the money. Go take care of business.
And Graham will go to Jackson. How about you? You got a head for numbers running a pirate ship?
Of course.
You reckon you could take a walk through with me sometime and help me figure out what this place is going to need to get her back up and running again?
Yeah, I can run around here, see what we need to fix this place up. I also can head back down to the docks, talk to the harbor master down there, see what we can do to get the thing repaired as well. Any shipwrights, just to get that thing back up to, actually able to go out onto the open ocean.
That'd be good.
All right, well, I guess I'll be your steward, as it were, and Jimmy will be the gopher.
That'll do. And sounds like we might have business with some fellers in town. Something about trying to pirate this place, as it were. Don't quite works the same way on land as on sea, but
I honestly couldn't tell you. It's just, I guess, normally when you're a pirate, you steal a ship and sail away. When a house generally doesn't move.
if you're lucky, anyway.
Home Depot came by with their pickup truck.
But I do like the no tax bit. I'll definitely be taking advantage of that. Well,
Had any feelings with these iron what's-its?
Landlubbers. I stick with the sea. We get a few contacts here or there for anything that we need to do on land, but for the most part, they don't ever deal with us.
Alright, I'll get the boys together and see if we got us ready to go. And Graham will just go and pick a random room that's got a decent look at the courtyard.
Okay.
Particularly near the graves, of course.
Grab one in, like, the middle.
That works. And he'll just drop his stuff off in there, aside from his combat and travel stuff.
Okay. This room, pretty dusty, some spider webs around. It looks like there was a painting hanging that has, like, the string holding it up has snapped and it's fallen down onto the ground. It was a painting of a older man, silver hair, and he is wearing some pretty nice plate armor with the symbol of the guild hanging from his neck. Not sure who it is exactly.
I was gonna
Not
say,
sharp, though? Doesn't look like a younger
no,
shark.
I was gonna say, do we recognize that, or does he recognize that?
No, this is not. This man's older than Sharp. He'd probably be at least twice his age.
Wow.
Well,
All right.
could it-
Wow. Okay.
I was gonna say,
I'll,
like, Ram's history, like, prowess, maybe, like,
I might be able to tell.
Yeah, go ahead, roll a history.
I will roll a history. I will roll a 6.
So it's clear he is at one point a former member of the Crossblades Guild from the symbol alone. With his fancy armor and the fact he was able to get a portrait done, you figure he's, probably like either a higher ranking or wealthier member of the guild. But you're not able to quite identify who it is just based on like your knowledge of the guild itself.
I'll put it up a little better. I assume it's not resting well after falling off its snapped wire.
Yeah, it's just on the ground.
Yeah, I'll set it up on like a desk or something just temporarily, and just kind of say find a proper home for you later. And
does Carter Webb know who he is?
we can ask him. So
Alright.
After doing all that,
Yeah.
I figure I'll go and round up the gang and see if we want to go beat up some punks.
Do you really have to ask? I think we all just went and got rooms anyway.
All right.
Blood.
Yeah, like the rooms are they're very similar to each other. Same, dust, cobwebs. Obviously, you're gonna need a cleaning. Some decorations, ribbons, and trophies that you can see, or just things that were taken as trophies that have, aged and either gotten a little rotten or just rusty.
Nothing that stands out, I take it.
Not really.
This is where you're setting us up to find out we have +5 weapons in our rooms that we didn't know about. At the end of the game, you're like, oh, by the way.
If you opened that portrait, you would have had a full setup.
If you open the portrait, it's actually a safe, and inside the safe is a very nice case. It's made of xenohide leather.
Go get it.
My PTSD is like kicking in right now.
A strange flying galleon zooms down from the heavens, and 4 strangers in armor you've never seen before come out.
Just these guys in with guns and just shot
They
the
seem
case.
real mad.
But you have to admit, it is a really nice case.
It is a really nice case.
All right. So you are gathering everyone together?
Yep.
Okay.
See what they're up to.
Well, what is everyone up to?
I was just like taking stock of my room.
Yeah, your room is, this is one of the ones that had the mattress pulled out. So it's going to need to freight further place at mattress. It does have a few, it's got a couple ribbons. You say like first place Harvest Festival. As well as basically a sword that has been snapped in half. Definitely very old sword. But it is hanging up. So it looks like it was purposely placed there. Appears to have been snapped before being actually placed. So you're not sure what it represents.
What material is the sword made out of?
It actually appears to be made of iron. So it's an older material. It's not as nice as steel that your current sword is made out of.
No engravements on it or anything?
No, it's, pretty notched, so it's seen a lot of use. But it isn't engraved in any way, shape, or form.
Baby's first sword.
It's a, standard longsword. Just, now it's snap. So basically you have, like, something that would be closer in length to a dagger, and then the actual, like, full blade that, you can't really hold and use successfully without cutting yourself.
Yeah.
So Piffle this whole time has been in the basement
Okay.
looking for cool stuff.
So the basement, heading down to the basement, you see a few things down there. You see a room that was at one point a wine cellar. It has empty casks of, wine and beer and mead, as well as a large number of basically they hold like bottles of wine. It looks like you could fit a few hundred bottles of wine in there, so it's pretty good size. Um, there's also a room that looks to have one point been a treasury, but has been emptied out a while ago. Um, it has basically armor and weapon stands, as well as locked safes that have been left open. And there's also a room that looks like it's meant for training. There's a kind of pit in the center that is surrounded by a ring of stone, and the actual pit itself, it's not like goes down very deep. It like more sits down a couple inches, and it has basically sand in the bottom. So it looks like you would do training or sparring there.
Of course, rough and gets
So-
everywhere.
I want to look around. I mean, this is an old building that this guild has had for hundreds of years or whatever. I figured they probably like forgot about a lot of shit in the basement, like that secret passage where all the bodies are hidden and whatnot.
There's a guy clinging to a cask labeled Amontillado.
I want to look at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation.
Well,
So we'll just go with that 10 then, because I'm assuming
oh, did I leave something on here?
it was just on advantage. But looking around, you don't really see anything. You see a few things that you would think might lead to a secret passage, but like you see like something that looks like it might be a button, or you see like it would hold like a torch, and you twist it, and it like actually twists. It just nothing happens. So you're not sure if maybe it's broken, or if it's literally just like you just grabbed something that will hold a torch and you twisted it and it moved, but
And it just breaks off. Like
it just doesn't connect
It's in
anything.
such disrepair that nothing works anymore.
So Piffle is just like roaming around down there, just like pressing every button and like fiddling with every sconce.
Is the basement like where you would just keep like a tavern would keep like their store of alcohol and stuff too? So this place had a tavern.
Well, it had like a wine cellar.
I was gonna say like maybe they like
You could
had, like, a
probably turn
bar.
the front into a tavern, and you could run the bar.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, like
Maybe
Is there any
free
wine
steel
left?
phones that way.
I don't know.
oh yeah, there's definitely some bottles of wine down there.
We could get a supplier, and you could run the bar. We could get rumors that way instead of having to go and find them ourselves.
That's our off days.
I don't know why I like base building in D&D so much when it's a literal go here kill shit game, but I do.
I
I
just
mean-
like base building and games in general. It's
I
fun.
put this guild hall here for the express purpose of you to build onto it. So
Sweet.
just go wild.
So
Awesome.
I guess I'll explore the basement too. But I can hear Fiffle rummaging around, and I take stock of how much alcohol we could sell here.
If they have any good shit left.
Yeah, if they have anything, can I actually do that? An insight for that? I guess.
Yeah, do an investigation.
Oh, oops, wrong one.
Oh. The bottles of wine are lying to you.
No, I meant to hit investigation. I hit insight.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll that. I kind of figured.
Yeah, you better.
Okay, yeah, you find like 4 bottles of wine. Although, kind of shaking it around, it looks like there's like it's a little more solid than it should be.
Oh no.
It's like the liquid inside is thicker than wine would be.
Is it poison?
Wine syrup.
Take a sniff.
Hey,
Make a con save.
I was
I mean,
thinking about
if
that.
you have any questionable substances there, Piffle's happy to put them in his bag and
Does it look
put them to good
questionable
use
to
on
me?
a dark street corner.
It's definitely well. You've ran a bar. You've seen wine
Yeah.
before. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like it looks like wine that has just gotten bad. It's
It looks
like
wine that people who've already had some wine might be willing to place some bets on, whether that guy over there would drink it. This is all looking useful to Piffle.
Yeah, I asked Biffle, do you want this possibly poisonous wine?
Yes.
Give it to him. How many? Is it 4
How
bottles?
dare you ask me that? Of course I do.
Absolutely.
yep. It's 4 bottles, so you can add that to your inventory.
Old bad wine. 4.
Old bad wine. Hello, Sergio.
he heard something about wine, so he showed up.
He is
What's-
a whiny boy.
What are Kaido, Lucian, and Chungus doing?
Chungus is just following Piffle around.
Fungus is in the courtyard just dancing to his own theme song.
He's just wandering.
Hey, big Chungus.
I was taking stock of how many things I needed to, like what we needed to repair. I was repairing the inside the last time we were here, and then I think we put an order in for some supplies.
I
Maybe not? I thought that's what happened last time.
Well,
Think-
I think the guy is. I can't
We're starting to
remember his name now.
inventory everything we need.
Yeah.
For Reno.
Yeah, he's
Got
taking care of basic things right now.
We promoted our pirate Jackson to our steward now.
he
Then,
he hasn't done the full inventory, but he's guessing it's going to be a few hundred gold to like get the whole
He
thing
mentioned
back
that to us, yeah.
to basically completely repaired.
Got it. Okay.
and Carter, I think, is getting like the stuff for the inside, like the essential things for us to survive.
Yeah, right now, like the actual guild hall, any holes have been kind of poorly patched, but they have been patched, and there is a fire going. So as far as you can tell, you'll stay warm.
Got it. I'm gonna try to claim one of those rooms.
Okay.
One of those unkempt rooms.
All right, so going in, you find one of the rooms. This is the one that has a mattress that needs a good cleaning to get rid of the mold, but for the most part is, won't get you sick sleeping on it. The room itself does contain basically a couple trophies, some medals, look to be some measure of military metal, and really that's about it. You don't see too much in there.
Can I investigate around? Maybe. Can I just investigate around a little bit?
The room itself, or
Yeah, the room itself.
yeah, roll investigation. Yeah, you're able to find. Your first glance, you don't really see too much beyond like what your initial overview saw, but looking around, you kind of get a feeling. You reach under and you find a journal hidden underneath the bed, not actually under the mattress. A journal.
That's an immortal gerbil.
It's a miniature giant space hamster. It's a journal.
Not amused.
A journal.
Yep.
Okay.
It is actually written in this would be written in Gnomish.
Oh shit. Gnomish.
Guess
Is there
what,
is there script Dwarvish or no? It's Gnomish.
This would be in Gnomish. If you were to spend some time, you could try and translate it.
Hey,
We have a gnome. Yes.
Kaito,
Yeah.
I know Gnomish.
Perfect. There we go.
I'm Nomi. Don't you know me?
Bartender's
I'll take it over to him and I'll try to see if maybe he could decipher it.
So what do I have to roll for this? Or I can read it, right?
Yeah, you could just read it straight up. Now, this is a thick journal of mine. This is a couple hundred pages, and has definitely been filled out with, it's like handwritten. But you figure, the handwriting is very neat. It would probably take you a few hours to read the whole thing, but looking through like the very front page, you see that it is the journal of Musia Calera.
Can you write that name?
Yeah.
I missed some of the original names. Is she one of the original founders?
No, she would not be one of
We
the
don't know her
original
yet.
founders. No, you had heard the name before for the first founders, but she is apparently somebody who lived here at one point.
You got a name. Do we want to ask?
Yeah, let's ask around.
Well, we can ask our buddy here, Carter.
Yeah, Carter's just kind of like napping in a chair in front of the fire.
What time of the day is it right now?
This would be about this point 2 p.m.
We'll go near him and we'll do like an intentionally really loud cough or sneeze. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Did I wake you?
Yeah, just
Oh god.
Carter Webb just like wakes up. Huh? What's going on?
Oh, I didn't mean to wake you, but I mean, since you're already awake, um,
Any games on your phone?
yeah. Have you ever heard of Musia Calera?
Ugh, there's a name I've heard in a while. She was in the guild. She died when old Dragon Eye attacked. She was where is she? Our gnomish wizard. Yes.
Gnomish wizard. Oh, very interesting. Where is she now?
She's buried in the pauper's grave.
Oh, got it. Nice. How fun.
Does she have any secrets?
Well,
Read the book.
none she shared with me, I suppose. Her name's out there on the grave marker I put in the courtyard.
Do you want to take a look before we head out to finish business with these guys?
Excavate a corpse just to make sure she's down there.
Well, she's in a pauper's
I definitely
grave.
want to check out my room real quick after you guys are done with that before we go.
Okay.
If she's in a pauper's grave, you could have Graham set up proper graves for
Yeah.
the rest of the crossblades who fell here, if they couldn't afford to give them proper burials.
If you want to go visit them, they're at the grave at the Snow Rest Hill.
Snow Rest Hill.
It's the biggest graveyard in Vaxfall.
What was it, Snow Rest?
Snow Rest.
Snow Rest Hill.
We're going grave digging.
My
Yeah.
note
lights
like
up.
my notepad app keeps putting like it just made it like the snowiest graveyard.
Do you tell everybody that you found this journal?
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll have to make a note to all search our rooms a little carefully because I didn't bother searching mine.
Yeah.
I got a room.
I reckon you do.
You wanted the barn though, didn't you? Who wanted the barn?
That was
Oh,
Chungus.
Chungus gets the barn.
Well, there's like a small like stable that would, horses would live there. It's closed. There's some kind of rotten hay, but it is piled up and is soft.
You sure you don't want a room with a
That's
nice
where
like,
Chungus
soft,
lives.
soft bed?
I think the Chungus has spoken. He lives in the barn.
Piffle's gonna have to like command him to sleep on a comfortable bed.
Oh, let me see. Oh, and Lucian wanted to check out his room as well. You said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So Lucian, you're able to find a room as well. This one, actually, the mattress is in relatively good condition. It's got a few holes in it, and like you definitely see some of the feathers sticking out. But it looks relatively clean. The room itself, the window overlooking the corridor is broken. And so there's actually a few shards of broken glass in the interior of the room, with some planks of wood having been nailed over the broken window. The room itself is relatively Spartan. There really doesn't seem to be anything in there beyond like a candle and like an empty inkwell.
Can I look around a little more and see if I see anything else?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a investigation. Okay. Looking around, you don't really see much. Like, under the pillow is a dagger. So whoever lived here maybe was a little more paranoid.
Very nice. Very nice. So then I'll just spend whatever time when everybody else is doing all that other stuff. I'm gonna be using the new ink that I bought in that last week.
Okay.
To transcribe that new spell.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna pick Featherfall.
Okay.
Use those ingredients to do so. I
So
already
you-
spent the gold.
Okay, so you spent the gold, 50 gold worth for the paper and ink. So it's a first level spell. It is not a conjuration spell, if I recall correctly. So it's going to take, I believe it is going to take 2 hours. Yeah, it's going to take 2 hours in order to transcribe that into your book.
Yep.
So you're going to have to just go ahead and make a Arcana check in order to see if you can properly transcribe it into your book. And the other thing is that it will be used up. That spell scroll will basically evaporate, burn up and evaporate as you're like transcribing it.
Oh, one-shot deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Maximize
go.
your chances of the Arcana. Never mind.
Well, yeah, you could have. I would say because you can get help with it, or you can get bless, or no, because it takes.
True.
So if somebody is helping you, I'll let you roll that again.
Yeah, kind of halfway
Somebody's definitely
through the
helping.
transcribing,
Who-
I'm like, I need
I have
to have somebody help me.
Arcana. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, if you're proficient in Arcana, you can assist with Arcana. So I would say roll that one more time. Okay.
Actually, I do know one thing Graham's gonna do. Go ahead and do your shit first, though.
It's a good thing you had. I was going to give you advantage on that if somebody helped you. I just wanted to let you know right away because that 10 was not good enough.
Shit.
So
I didn't know this was a chance thing. Shit. Good luck. Okay, cool.
yeah, copying from a spell book would you don't have to worry about that, but from a spell scroll you do. So you're copying from the spell scroll, and as you see the letters lift off of the scroll, and the scroll starts to burn from the bottom, and it starts to get closer to the top, and you're like, oh shit, and you start writing faster, and it just eventually burns up completely and leaves no ash or anything, really nothing indicating that it was there once before, but you just managed to do it, and you managed to write it into your spell book before it vanishes completely. So you do in fact now know the spell Featherfall.
Nice.
Harry was here, Ash is a loser is the last thing on the page, like, hey!
Alright. Oh, and what did Graham want to do?
Two things. Maybe later we do a proper search of our rooms, unless you want to do that before we go see the gang. And also wanted to see if there was a ledger of all the dead of the crossblades that might be buried in the Potter's Field.
Okay.
And basically start a project to see if I could restore the graveyard and actually make it a very nice little place and take all of our dead who we couldn't afford to bury here and start a proper estate burial.
All right.
That would be a long-term project, I expect.
Yeah. I mean, you can go ahead and roll the investigation right now if you'd like. I don't know what you want to do exactly.
Or does anybody want to help me?
If you help me.
I'll help.
Chungus will also help. He's just a muscle to help with it.
All right.
Investigating back and forth forever.
Well, looking through the
I'll help
rooms,
carry stuff.
you don't really see much. You think you might have found everything that you were looking for previous, or anything that you might be of interest. I mean, you do find a couple more things that maybe have fallen down on the ground. Some additional military medals, some additional trophies, or a couple of weapons. Mostly just hand axes, daggers, a couple of javelins. So nothing, super exciting, but definitely useful. And then you were looking for a ledger.
Yeah.
You don't find anything in the room, although Carter Page does walk by as you're investigating the various rooms.
Evening.
You looking for something?
Well, we found a journal, and
A dagger.
our room had a portrait hanging up, so we figured there might be a couple thises and that's worth figuring out while we're settling in.
What are you trying to figure out?
What all might be here.
I guess whatever you find.
Hmm.
I mean, we had to sell most of it to keep, eating.
I was also thinking if we got a ledger of all the folk what got buried in the public cemetery, might be good to bring them home.
A ledger? Oh, well, come on downstairs with me. I got it.
Thank you.
And he takes you downstairs. He goes into a small office. It actually is a small library just off of the main hall. And he points to a desk where there's a very thick book. It is almost 1,000 pages. And inside is, looking at it, you do see basically a very short biography of a few pages of the various members of the guild, starting with the very first members, the founding members, that details date of birth, date of death, where they were born, and their various accomplishments, and their rank within the guild itself.
I look at Graham you're going to be reading for a long time.
Reckon I might, but I wager until the guild fell on hard times, most of these folk had arrangements taken care of properly.
Yeah. The first few people, founders definitely, they're going to be in the top section of the Snow Rest Hill. That's where all the basically richest or most important members of the city were buried.
Yeah. How about the common graves?
Well, there's on the lowest section. There's the Potter's graves, where everyone who's doesn't have enough money for an actual grave gets buried.
I'm well familiar.
So, fortunately, they didn't get buried in the guild's catacombs, but it's what it is, I suppose.
You know what state the catacombs are in?
I haven't been to Snow Rest in a long time. I suppose they do have graveyard keepers there who go around making sure everything's nice and neat, so I would assume it's good to go. Very probably well taken care of, at least on the exterior. I don't think anybody else goes down inside.
One more thing for the to-do list, then. I'll take a look. Seems only right.
Well, I can point it out on a map if you need it.
I appreciate that. We've got a proper laundry list if we're going to be doing this thing properly.
Yeah.
How about you? Is there anything you'd like to see us do if we're going to be injecting all this young blood and money into things?
I don't know. I've been put out the call saying that we're back in business. So I suppose just do some work. I am used to disappointment, so I'm not really expecting much. So anything better than nothing is a win in my book.
Looks back over the book. Long history.
Yep. It's several hundred years there. You get dozens of members. Each of them get their own pages. Over the course of it, yeah, that's gonna... that thing's almost full. Probably need a new book soon.
Well, if we do it right, we will.
Well, I recorded the last few members of the guild in that book myself. Did the best I could. My handwriting's not as neat, but
You can kind of flip through it.
the script is very well written. It looks like it was done professionally up until you get to the last several hundred pages where it was obviously done by somebody in the guild and their handwriting maybe wasn't as neat and it wasn't as professional. And at the end, the last several members, including Musia Calera, the handwriting is very kind of chicken scratch.
Is it on a lectern or anything?
Yep, it's just on it's on a desk. So.
Oh, it's got its own room, so I'll leave it down here and I'll just make a point to come down to the study and study.
Yeah, it's just a small library with bookshelves.
Yeah.
Ignore me. Sorry.
Ignore me. Just you come up behind Graham and whack him in the back of the head with the board and stuff ah!
And it'd be an automatic crit because Graham wouldn't expect it.
Ah, mother.
And sadly, Lucian does -1 damage. Graham feels a little better.
You healed him.
Acupuncture. You hit the pressure point.
That is hilarious. All right. So what's everyone doing now?
I mean, I can investigate my room if somebody wants to help me with the investigation roll.
Yeah, I'll help you out.
Okay. Go ahead, roll investigation with advantage.
Let's see. I can't use guidance for this, right? It's like a minute.
You could. I'd say you could guide yourself with this one. It's not a big room.
Nah, okay.
It's not like an hours long task.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. And then
I gotta
Hardly
do.
needed it.
Here's the 1d4.
okay.
21.
21. Yeah, looking around the room, you really don't find anything more than you've seen. Although you do notice that you actually do find the picture of the older gentleman with the plate and the you do find something written on the back. Like the picture is popped out of the frame a little bit, so you actually see something written behind it. And it's just from favorite artist of the guild to my dear friend. And that's all it says. And then just like a very hastily written signature that you're having a little bit of trouble deciphering. It's basically like a bunch of like sharply written lines, so you think that it's someone's...
Carter Webb.
Not quite. You can't read. It's the signature is like a little hard to decipher right now.
Could Fiffle decipher it?
Oh, it's not in Gnomish or anything.
No, I mean like with his forgery background.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I guess I can find Fiffle and see if he can take a look at it and see if he can recognize what name this is.
What is it?
So there was a hastily in the portrait with the armored guy. There's a from the favorite artist of the guild to my friend, and it's like a signature. I'm trying to see if you can read it, because it's like, you know how they like kind of write their name really quick.
Yes, I wish to analyze this signature.
The Riddler.
I don't know.
See, he also benefits from this if we can test him.
Yeah. Go ahead and do either an insight or an investigation to try and like.
So let's do this.
Okay. Yeah, you get enough of it that you're able to get the name Canio.
It appears to say Canio.
Canio.
It's me.
Canio. Just Canio, no last name, huh? Not that we couldn't find out, I guess. I don't think there's anything else for me to look through. The roll's actually pretty good.
Yeah. You're able to find that's you think you did a pretty thorough job investigating it. So you don't think there's anything else to really look for.
Ooh, I just had an awesome idea. I'll pitch it to you later. It's kind of like a long-term idea.
Let's go fight those thugs.
Yep.
All right. So altogether you spend like an hour going through all this. So it's about 3 p.m. now.
Grub with his combat gear comes out like, all right, y'all, you ready? Gonna go have a frank exchange of views with a couple of fellas who think they can borrow our mansion and our sweet tax incentives. As a man from a rural village, that's all I care about. It's my only voting issue.
Oh, God.
All right. So, you know where to go. Takes about 20 minutes to get there. You arrive at the... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I think I forgot to actually place you guys in here.
Not the graves yet. That's the part I want.
One second.
These hooligans
I
that
don't
trying to
think...
invade on
I
our
don't think
turf.
Graham's gonna let you defile any graves.
I prefer we didn't. That's how you get zombies.
And free stuff.
I mean, or a curse, I guess.
Curse.
We've already joined like the Webster Bank of like fantasy settings and gotten the free duffel bag / guild membership and housing and daggers under our pillows.
They did it twice.
And broken iron swords that we can't use.
Are we up here?
Yep, you're in the upper right-hand corner there. Sorry, I forgot to put you guys in there first. So, you're able to find... This is on the outskirts of the kind of richer section of town where the residential area kind of turns into a more middle-class craftsman area. This part actually looks a little bit more run down, and the houses are not as well maintained. They don't have the nice walls that like surround the other additional housing. The people there kind of eye you suspiciously as you're walking down the street, not being used to strangers. But you do hear down the back alleyway here, people laughing and a few arguments here or there.
Never did much like big cities.
Do we know specifically where we're going, like to the specific building that we're going to?
I think they just hang out like in the alleys. They're kind of like
Okay. All right.
they're like underworld types, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get the crossblades for the tax-free stuff.
Not understanding that that's not how it works. They think it's the property lot, not the fact that it's the crossblades as an entity.
And
We're here to teach you about tax law.
we're here to introduce you to Chungus.
We are the IRS.
I'll
This is like the
teach you about
formation of the
tax.
IRS.
Some tax law.
You owe us taxes.
This is like
Jax
the
wants to do like
beginnings
some.
of that.
Jax wants to do some like Assassin's Creed building scaling with his claws. Whoop 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 whoop. He wants to get up on this roof over here. Is that cool?
Oh god. If
Which
you fall
roof?
off again, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah,
at
he
you.
fell off last time.
That's all right. I have more health this time.
All right, which roof is this?
Just like immediately like right next door to where we get them. Just like whoop.
Right here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you could climb up pretty easy. You have a climbing speed. So you head up. The roof itself, like this is just a one-story building, but this roof is about 20 stories up, or not 20 stories. I'm sorry, 20 feet up.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 2 stories, or building's 1 story, but the additional with the roof adds an additional 10 feet to it. So yeah, you're higher up above them.
Okay. That's all I need. Just a little bit of a vantage point.
But yeah,
If you set fire to one of these buildings,
these buildings.
The good guys have arrived. We burn down the entire industrial section.
But you hear like the laughing and arguing coming from deeper down the alley, about that way, like about 2/3 of the way in.
Graham will start heading down the street.
Yep, I'll follow.
All right, so just move yourself
Okay.
where you're gonna go.
Sounds good.
1 sec.
I think it's safe to assume that we're gonna go until we get to these guys.
Okay, so yeah. Arriving, you see 3 people. They are sitting around rolling a pair of dice. Guy rolls the dice. You don't see what it comes up to, but he just like, yeah! And goes to like grab a bunch of like coins sitting on the ground, and one of the, you pack of cheetahs.
can I
Hi there, can I play?
as I walk in, can I like peer around if there's more than just those 3?
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check.
Is it?
Or would it be awareness? I guess this would actually utilize a skill. This would be, yeah, this would be perception.
Okay, I was just trying to see.
You just see the 3 people hanging out here currently. But
Chungus wants to play dice with them.
they, hearing Chungus and seeing like, well, currently they only see 5 people, but seeing you, and actually, Lucy, make a stealth roll if you're trying to like not like have them be aware of you.
I wasn't quite doing that. I was just trying to get a better vantage point. Now that they're over there, I'm wondering if I can move like here.
Yeah, you climb down and then climb back up the other side. They see a cat, just like a cat man, just go down one building, climb up the other.
I mean, you're pretty like noticeable. Like you would have
Yeah.
to be like 100% visible not to be seen.
And they just they're all shocked. They like pull knives, daggers out, and they're like looking around. Oh, you won't.
Just want to play your game. Chungus like
He
takes
wants
out
to
like a bunch of gold, like throws out like 10 gold on the ground. He's like, I'll play dice with you.
All right.
You know what? I'm willing to let this happen first before we talk about our business.
They scoop up or one of them scoops up their dice and goes and he hands it
What's
to
your
you.
name?
What's your name?
My name's Chungus.
Chungus. You can call me
I
Kutta.
have to tell you, I don't like to lose when I play dice.
It's
You-
true, he doesn't.
This is gonna turn to a fight.
Let the Wookiee win.
Are
Chungus just like takes the dice and rolls them. I don't even know what game we're playing.
Chungus?
But he does expect to win.
Intelligence, and he's just playing really dumb.
Did I win?
No, it comes up like snake eyes.
I won. Chungus like reaches in and takes all.
Sorry, sorry, Chungus, but you lost. Although if you got more gold, we could do double or nothing.
Wait a second. Aren't you the guys that owe us taxes?
Who the fuck are you?
Do they owe us taxes?
No, they're trying to take our house because they think it's tax-free.
I think
Oh.
Chungus knows what taxes is, to be honest.
Oh no, we'll be keeping our tax breaks.
Yeah, yeah.
Do
Like
we
I walk.
recognize them? Do we know that they're the thugs that
Oh,
we're
no.
pursuing? Oh yeah, we know. Okay.
Yeah, it's like he's
They're
not
also-
talking about. Go ahead.
No, like, Graham is seeing all this, and he's just like, I have to try. It's not gonna work, but I have to try. Like, you understand, it's not
Oh,
the
to
building.
take the non-violent way out.
It's like he's speaking like as they're arguing over double or nothing on the dice. Like, it's not the building, it's not the lot.
And they're just like, you won, Chungus. Take all the money.
I'm just gonna put my hand on
Grabs all-
Chungus's
Grabs all the money.
No,
I'm gonna put my hand on Chungus's shoulder and be like,
Nigga,
"It's not that you owe us tax money. It's that you're not getting the tax-free break from owning the guild."
And also, we're taking your money.
Crusher! And
If we'll
And I
try.
like.
out of one of the buildings walks this very tall, very well-muscled man, and this man is he's just like really tall. He's about Chungus height, and he has like this massive weapon strapped to his back, and he just like marches forward.
Graham is gonna take out his pick and shield and just kind of look up at this guy.
As he's marching over Ian,
Mhm.
I would like to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay. You cast Shield of Faith. So you go through like, actually, I believe it's only verbal for Shield of Faith. So you just the words for the spell come out. They have that like magical tone to it, and you just like the kind of bright white light just kind of encompasses you, like, and gives like a very subtle but still somewhat noticeable shimmer, indicating that you have Shield of Faith on you. And so this very tall man comes out and he's just like, "Who the fuck do you think you are? Do you know who you're fucking with?"
Hey there, do you want to wrestle? You're big.
"Yeah, sure, friend. How about
Okay.
I'm gonna split your skull with a fucking iron hand."
Where the
that?
wheel cross blades. Reckon you get away from our property and not come back.
I like how you're saying it from back there, though.
Yeah.
Have we rested since the ruins fight?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
We're on
yeah.
the boat, right, and everything.
Yeah.
look-
Okay. Cool.
Chungus, tear his arms off.
I'm gonna have to hurt you now.
All right, so go ahead and everyone, go ahead and roll initiative.
There was
Did I get that mage armor in before?
I would say yeah, you're able to get it in.
See, I like foresaw this immediately.
yeah. I knew I wouldn't be able to talk this one over, so it was just like, let's make it funny.
Ah!
Ooh, nice.
A 2.
Well, you know what? The most dangerous thing comes last. Just come out with your great sword, chop his legs off.
Oh, all right. It's okay. Last is
What do I want
terrible.
to... Ooh.
I think that's all of you guys.
Is that for every thug?
Yeah, it's gonna be the 3 thugs working on the same turn.
Okay.
Okay, Graham, you're up.
I see. Okay, I see
Right.
Berserker up there.
Yeah, you're quicker on the draw for them.
While he's marching up, I assume this guy with the beard is Crusher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to march up. Let's see, I've got 5, 10, 15, 20. As I'm marching up, like beforehand, I'll do action, then move. I'll move here.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Sapping Sting on 2 of the thugs around Chungus.
Okay.
This guy and this guy.
Okay.
My gimmick as a Death Cleric is that I can split a cantrip to hit 2 creatures within 5 feet of each other.
All right, perfect. So go ahead.
Sapping Sting at, I guess, 0? Or would it be level
1? Is it a cantrip or a...
It's a cantrip, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Snapping. Okay. So they have to make a con... They have to succeed on a con save throw or they take the necrotic damage. Okay. Spell save 14. So we'll start with the guy here first. He is going to roll his Constitution save.
Nice.
Okay. He fails. And now for the other guy. I believe it goes to attacker still.
Does it? I thought on tie. Well, I'll take your call on that if you want.
I can't remember. I know when you know, an attack action, it goes to a...
Yeah, you gave it to attacker last time.
Attacker generally gets it, and I can't remember, so I'm pretty sure both of them get affected by that. Okay, so go ahead and roll...
Only 2 each, but Graham just kind of marches out and just kind of waves his pick at them and just this... It's like a puppet's line just sinks into either of their chests, and he just kind of yanks his war pick back, and they both just kind of like, and just fall to their knees like he yanked them over.
Yep, they're both, for all intents and purposes, prone.
And the candle on his straw hat lights blue and just kind of casts an unholy light over his eyes. I said, we're the crossed blades, and you're not going near our property again.
All right. Lucian, you're up.
Lucian promptly falls off the roof.
Move. Jacques is kind of like in awe at that move. It's like, oh yeah, okay. And just like instinctually, just firebolts right at.
I'm assuming it's this one.
I firebolted a little.
Yeah.
He misrolls and sets the entire on fire.
This guy would be behind, like, half cover with these, the corner of the wall here. The rest of them, though, would be open to you successfully.
Okay, I'd say go right, the guy right in the middle.
Okay, right here?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. He is prone, so... Oddly enough, any, range attacks are going to be at disadvantage.
Oh, not that guy then. The guy behind him.
Okay. That guy is standing up and just watched his friends get their ass kicked.
That guy. He's not gonna see this
Probably
coming.
the first one to try to run.
Alright, yep, you send a fireball and it just soars and strikes directly into his chest. Go ahead and roll damage. Alright.
Kaido's like, what the fuck? Why can't my fireball shoot?
Right. 10 is a good fucking roll for that.
This firebolt strikes dead center in the chest. Ah! As he, like, the fire burns and he's just like smoke into his lungs. He's not having a good time there. No.
Nice.
Is this Dot, by the way?
I'm sorry. What?
No, I'm thinking. Am I thinking like another game?
Certain fire things do damage over time, not firebolt.
Okay. You know what? I've been playing too much Magicka too.
Yeah. Lucian, did you want to do anything else on your turn?
No, that's it. Just a fire bolt and just like kind of crouch back down, like just watching everybody.
All right.
He does a heroic backflip off the roof and lands with a split.
Oh, my dick!
Oh no.
All right, Chungus, you're up.
Yes. So I'm assuming that I can attack
Yeah.
this big guy here without issue from my
Yeah.
space here because we're in adjacent spaces. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna become enraged.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm gonna reckless attack him with my great axe.
Nice.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's
All right.
10.
So you just bite in. That's 10.
Plus 2 from rage.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry. All right. So yeah, you just like chop in and just like get him with like pretty well with the great axe. He
I
just
was gonna have to hurt you, Crusher. We could have been friends who just wrestled together.
Look at the pretty rabbits.
does Chungus want to do anything else with his turn?
That's it.
Okay. Otto, you're up.
I
Hi,
can hit
baby.
this guy at advantage, right? He's prone.
Yes. If you are next to somebody who's prone, you can hit them with the advantage with melee.
Let's try that.
Yes. Makes it easier to send people to horny jail.
Horny jail.
Well, almost.
Roadside,
I'll be right back. I need coffee.
And
so hot. Really.
We'll be right back as well.
what the heck?
Are you just reading right now?
Oh, okay. I like just completely passed the thing.
God, how much stuff you have. Holy fuck,
Let's do this.
Look at that cat.
All right.
All right. So yeah, you successfully managed to hit him. Go ahead and roll damage.
He's going trained to, like,
10 slashing damage. Very good. Yeah, this guy is in rough shape with that. He like that sword bites in to like his shoulder. Ah! Did Otto want to do anything else?
Can I do a cantrip after that?
Yes, you can.
I do Toll the Dead, which is
You could do a cantrip, I believe, as long as it's a bonus action. Is Toll the Dead an action or a bonus action?
it says action. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine. That's why I asked.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me see here. Hold up. I will do Searing Smite.
Okay.
I guess that's for my sword.
Yep, you just basically you
My sword
activate.
on fire.
Yeah, so you just like chop him good. You raise your sword up, and the blade ignites.
Nice.
And I'm assuming you don't want to move or anything.
No, I'll stay right there. I was like,
Zone dance.
no, yeah. So I have like the sword up, and there's like last chance, guys. Before
All
it
right.
lights out.
Fiffle, you're up.
Let's see what we got here. I will. There's a crowd of people over here fighting each other. I'm gonna move like.
I mean, you do have like an entire like meat wall behind you, just to like keep you safe.
I'm made of meat.
I'm gonna move like over here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna short bow one of these guys. I'll short bow this guy.
Okay. This guy's still prone, so unfortunately you're going to be at disadvantage. Yeah, this guy, and
These
actually
guys are not prone. Which one is the where's Crusher?
here.
Crusher's the only unique looking one there, yeah.
Yeah, so that guy is prone, and I guess you probably can't see it, but that guy's prone too.
Well, I got the best shot on Crusher.
This
I'm
guy.
gonna shoot at Crusher.
Legit
Okay.
talk that like Crusher could be a really cool like door guard for us.
I
could
was
be our
thinking
buddy.
maybe we could tell these guys now if you're interested in honest work.
Yeah, man. Diplomacy. Let's enlist and subjugate.
Yeah, before we kill Crusher, I'll try to grapple him into submission, and then we'll try to recruit him.
Perfect.
So Fiffle moves there, and he's going to take a shot on Crusher.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So this is gonna be.
Look at us, not being murder
You
hobos,
don't get
and
advantage.
It's a work in progress, Ed.
This is just a regular.
we're now recruiters.
Pew.
You know what we're doing?
This is a
Beating the
kindness.
shit of HCL techs who have promise.
All right, Fiffle, you successfully managed to shoot Crusher with your short bow. Go ahead and roll damage.
He's going to get a sneak attack because he is occupied.
Yes, he is. All right, an additional 9 damage. Nice, nice, nice.
How's he looking right now?
The attacks on him are definitely hurting, but he does not look like he's actually like being affected by it. Like he's bleeding and there's like an arrow sticking out of his arm, but he doesn't. He looks like he's actually got this kind of like wicked smile on his face.
Snatch the arrow off.
Yeah, he might also be enraged
Here,
right
me.
now, taking half damage with all these hits.
It's
All
like,
right.
do you remember Game of Thrones with the giants walking in with the Night King? He's like one of those guys. He's like, yeah.
All right. I'm assuming Fiffle's good, so I am gonna go. It is Crusher's turn. Okay, Crusher. Despite he's actually, funny enough, not stupid. He's going to look at Graham, who just like double shot 2 of his guys. He's gonna like he's gonna like beef himself up, and he's gonna like do a reckless attack at Graham.
Yeah, he's definitely also enraged and he's a barbarian, so
Yeah.
it's gonna
You're-
hurt. No, it's not gonna hurt.
But distracted from just like the arrow, like he goes to swing at Graham when the arrow strikes him, and like the swipe just goes wide.
Fortunate.
All right, Thug's turn. So we'll start with this guy. He's gonna use half his action to stand up. He's then going to make an attack on Chungus. Thugs have pack tactics, letting them get advantage as long as they are within another of their allies' range. So he is.
Yep.
He's going to take 2 attacks with his mace.
Oops, sorry.
That one hits.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that ain't good.
All right, so first one is going to do 7, and the second one is going to do 9.
Okay, so how much total is that?
16.
16, so I take 8 damage.
All right.
Glad you're also right.
Nice.
Is this like just... is the mace just like strikes Chungus on the chest and just... Does not seem to like really affect him.
Oh, that hurt a little bit.
This thug here is going to make an attack on Otto, using the same... He also has advantage because he's within... So 2 mace attacks. Oop, wrong one. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Okay, so that first one just bounces off. I'm assuming getting deflected a bit by your Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
19?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, the 2 mace strikes just bounce relatively harmlessly off of Otto's Shield of Faith as like the magic flares a bit.
Ed, what's your AC?
20 with the shield.
Yeah, Shield of Faith is real nice.
And this guy's
Why
just...
when he charged, I cast it.
Oh, shoot. Actually, hold on.
Shit.
Shield of Faith is a concentration, correct?
Yes. Well, no, wait. I think it's a.
It's
But-
concentration, but I don't think you've taken a hit to have to worry about that yet.
No, but he did activate Searing Smite.
Is it?
I don't think that should be a problem. It's just that you can only maintain 1 concentration spell.
Yeah, he would have to do another spell of concentration to break his concentration.
Yep. So you cast Shield of Faith, but then you then cast... Yep, Shield of Faith is a concentration spell, but you also cast Searing Smite, if I
If I
recall.
knew that, I wouldn't have casted that.
Okay, so your sword doesn't light up then.
No.
Your sword's... You're still shielded, fine.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
have done.
I think
Searing
that's
Smite.
more important. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the sword's not lit up, but, you know, you still, like, are doing some pretty nice work with it. So, this thug's looking a little worried. This thug back here is going to take out a heavy crossbow, and he's going to shoot it at... let's see, 65... He's used it before. He's going to shoot it at Lucian.
He doesn't like cats.
Chill with that.
No.
So, he takes only 1 shot with the heavy crossbow. And
Loaded, doesn't need to doff it or anything. Damn. Okay.
I'm assuming a 10 does not hit Lucian.
Nope.
Yeah.
Does he not? Well, these guys use tactics. Does that not work?
No. The pack tactics would only work if somebody's near. One of his allies was next to Lucian.
Oh, this is the guy that I shot in the chest.
Not next
Shooting me
to
back.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this heavy crossbow just strikes the roof directly in front of Lucian. I assume like at the peak, Lucian's kind of using it as cover, and it's like it sinks right in. He's like, oh,
Man,
and that
you
guy's just
almost
like,
gonna get
ah. He just
gonna get
goes
served up at the restaurant.
to reload. Kaido, you're up.
Okay, so can I attack diagonally? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
So if I was to go here, I can attack said person diagonally.
Yeah, you can make like you're sort of attacking around a wall. He does get a +2 to his AC from using that wall as a half cover from the angle you're attacking at.
And what if I was to go here and attack diagonally?
That would work.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and attack with greatsword,
Okay.
naturally.
Nobody look.
All right. 21 does hit, and yeah, 11 damage with that bad boy.
Rip and tear until
So this guy, like this greatsword, just manages to sink heavily into the guy's side. And he's just like, oh, and actually, can you roll that again? You get advantage on attacks because he did a reckless attack. You might get a crit on that bad boy.
Roll it again. Okay, so can I just go ahead and do that?
Yeah. Okay, so you didn't get a crit, so that is the 11 stands. So,
Got it.
yeah. So this great sword just cuts in, and he like coughs up a little blood.
Should I action surge? Do you think I should action surge and just hit him again?
Yeah, you've got advantage
Yeah.
on the attack.
Why not? Right.
You do.
All right.
Let's go ahead and use action surge.
All
and
right.
We're gonna hit him again one more time.
Okay, you action surge. Go ahead and advantage that bad boy.
Sorry, I was trying to collapse that.
Do it again.
Yep, just one more time. Just okay. The 18 hits. And does an additional 13 damage to this bastard.
Let's go.
He is looking rough. Like as this second, like you swing and this is a heavy sword and you strike him and like he thinks, okay, that's all he could do before you just quickly like step back and do another swipe and strike him again, like far quicker than he was expecting.
I'm actually trying to look around to see if I have any, but I think that was it. That is all I have.
All right, Graham, you're up.
Awesome.
All right.
damage.
Let's see. Trying to think of what I want to do to this guy.
Let's see. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna cast inflict wounds, and
Okay.
Graham is gonna look at this guy, and say, "You've killed a lot of people, haven't you? They haven't forgotten."
And I am going to. Hang on, let me set this to advantage and attack with a melee spell attack.
All right.
I'm also going to use Channel Divinity to deal bonus damage for my cleric function.
Okay.
So,
Yes, that does hit.
alright, so on a hit, the target takes 3d10 necrotic damage, and I am also going to add whatever it is for the cleric ability I have. Sorry, one sec. 5 plus twice my cleric level, so that would be 9. So it'll be 3d10 plus 9 damage.
All right, go ahead and roll that.
3d10 plus 9 damage.
So
What
that,
is that?
24 necrotic damage. So Graham just like straight on G Gundam. This hand of mine is glowing green, like blue flame. Just the candle going fucking apeshit. Just grabs this guy by the face.
Yeah, Graham, how do you want to do this?
Just literally hand snatches out, grabs the guy's face, and just starts like pushing him to the ground as he desiccates. He doesn't, drain him completely. Like the life is literally going out of this guy as hands come up through the cobblestones like spectral hands and just drag him to his knees.
Yeah,
Ghosts
his
of all the people he's killed.
his skull just like the flesh on his skull just like completely like ages quickly and just like completely mummifies his head. And this guy just falls over completely dead.
Inflict wounds is a fucking.
Oh, that was the main guy. Oh shit.
Graham, do you want to do anything else with your turn?
I don't think the move would've
Yeah,
lived.
I'm gonna step over his body and shake out my hand like I just punched him, and like just get into melee with these two guys.
All right.
And that'll be my turn. That felt fucking awesome.
Lucian, you're up.
He doesn't know what to do. He just.
Lucian again is kind of stunned when he's like realizing he has a moment to strike, and he's like kind of has to shake it off again. This time though, he's gonna just use his action to yell at these three thugs, and just try to kind of intimidate them into stopping and giving up and surrendering. And so he's like, "Hey, you little bitches! Your boss, your little crusher friend, just died. You
he's dead?
He just fucking got sucked into the ground, man."
Dude, I like how you just like went to like French to like Mexican mafia.
Dude, my accent is terrible.
Hey, Mang. Hey, Mang.
You guys should fucking quit now while you're ahead.
Make an intimidate check.
I have faith in you.
All right. These two guys. Let me just roll actually quickly for them, just to make sure. Probably. Yeah. So they both drop their weapons. What? You win.
Give us all your shit and spill the fucking beans.
All right. Well, let's we'll finish up quickly. Chungus, you're up.
Which guy didn't drop his weapon?
The guy with the crossbow, who's by Graham here.
Hey, mister.
I'm just gonna walk over here.
Hey, mister. Do I need to hit you with my axe too, or are we done fighting?
He's discussing it. He's like thinking about it in his head. But Chungus, you can go over and make an intimidate.
I begin to like raise my axe. Okay, I'll make him intimidate. I guess.
Okay.
I'm not really attempting to be intimidating, but
I don't think you have to
I
try.
didn't mean to do that.
It's the fact that you're just like, am I gonna have to kill you too? And you just know he will and can.
Yeah.
This guy's not really. He's like trying to figure out. Like he's doing the mental gymnastics to figure out.
All right. Well, you took too long.
Okay, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
16.
Okay. Chungus almost completely cleaves into this guy, and like he's still breathing, but he's badly injured, and he's just like choking on blood.
Do you give up now?
Otto, you're up.
Okay, so I'll walk over here. And I was like, so what's the decision?
I think we need to put him out of his misery now.
Yeah, completely blocked in. He just like drops the heavy crossbow and just falls on his ass and just like leans against the building as he's like struggling not to drown in his own blood. And I think we'll call it for the fight. Yeah, so we're going to drop out of combat time now. These guys have given up completely. Just seeing like their boss get his head like completely mummified and destroyed by all of you.
That great axe that their boss had.
Mhm.
Just a standard one.
Yeah, it's the same one. It's similar to what Chungus is using. Did you want to grab it?
I'll grab it. Yeah, I'll grab it.
Okay, go ahead and add that great axe to your inventory.
But Chungus, you should take your money back so you can gamble at the next tavern.
Oh.
I love this party.
Okay.
So do we do what we do best? We just kill leaders and then recruit the rest of the remaining people.
Let's try to kill
it's like a trend.
pawns and take the leader, though. No.
I mean, sometimes you kill the pawn. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, however it works out, I guess.
I mean, we got it last time, right? We got.
We're basically doing the Dark Knight. We're gonna hold tryout scene, except we're the broken pool stick. The two guys who aren't like badly hurt and dying are just like they just like dump all their money in the ground and are attempting to leave. hold on now.
No.
What is this?
I grab hold of this guy.
You're our friend now.
Just we won't go to the manor no more, man. We're good. We're good.
No, you work for us.
Why don't
now.
No,
you
we
invite
want
us
you to
in?
come to the manor now.
Invite us in. Let us see what you have. Why don't you invite us to some tea?
We just massacred all his friends. Invite us in for tea.
We don't have. No, we don't got tea. We got. We're good. We've come to an understanding.
It's tea or blood.
Would you like some Yorkshire tea?
I do love Yorkshire tea.
The crossblades are going to be mightily feared when we're done in this town.
I mean, I'm trying to temper our brutality with like being good neighbors, but also
Like psychopaths.
Well, to be
these
fair,
guys broke our window, so
they were
I
trying to
melted their
walk.
boss's face. It's only fair.
They were trying to walk all over us. It kind of like blew up in her face.
You walk up to the biggest guy in the yard, and you tell him who you are.
Tea or blood, motherfucker. Tea or blood.
We don't.
I have Earl Grey. Great.
Yeah, we don't got any tea, man. We're good.
All right. Well, you could go then.
I just let him go.
So, how much money did they just throw at us?
So they dropped about 40 silver, and they dropped down 30 gold.
Let's throw that into the restoration fund.
Oh yeah. Tell you
Take all
what.
their shit. Take all
Are
their.
we gonna kidnap them / recruit them, or are we just gonna let them
Yes.
go?
Chungus let this guy go, so he's like booking it right now. He's about here.
I'm not gonna chase him. I'll say as he's going.
You want
Now
honest
y'all
work?
remember. You tell everyone the brass blade. 14. Y'all tell everyone the cross blades are back, and y'all remember that taking a life carries a debt. Someone like me comes along to collect. Always.
Ooh.
Yeah, will do. Goodbye. And he just runs.
And as for y'all, just turns around. If you're looking for more honest work, Cross Blades has a lot of work to do in this town.
Meanwhile, this dude, I believe, is dying.
Yeah, I'll actually start like trying to bandage his wounds or if he's like dying.
Stabilize him.
Is Crusher going to work for us now?
We're gonna have a. We're gonna have
Crusher's
a.
dead.
Oh,
Crusher's been horribly killed.
You
Yeah.
know what? You know what? Tigo's
Crusher's
Medicaid
not
skill.
coming back.
Tigo's Medicaid skill could come in handy here.
Yeah. Roll a medicine check. Whoever's
But you can
proficient in it.
stabilize him without using a
Hang
spell.
on.
You know, you can stabilize him without using a spell.
I can lay on hands him too if we really want to keep him alive. I'm sure we're gonna have a long
Give him,
rest
like,
anyway.
I mean, that'd be like a huge act of good faith towards an NPC. I don't know.
I'll give him 5
It's
HP.
up to you if you want to do that.
I'll give
Yeah.
him 5 HP
Okay.
instead of 10.
So this guy almost literally 1 hit point away from dying. So he is still rough. Like he's definitely not out of the woods, but he's at least better than he was. He's not like in the process of, suffocating in his own like fluids.
He's marinating in his own ragu.
Sorry I hit you like that. buddy.
Water under the bridge. And he like vomits up some blood onto the cobble.
Hey, my name's Chungus. Want to be friends?
Ask me later.
Ask me when I'm not dying.
Ask me when I have my breath back.
Jacques has thought about it long enough. He pondered it for a minute, and instinctually seeing this man running away from them, just has to try to throw one more fireball at him. He just can't let somebody
Jesus
run
Christ.
without fucking like going to tell their boss. He thinks about it. He's just like, I can't let him
I
tell
mean,
his
right
boss.
if you
after
wanted
Matt
to tell his
goes-
boss.
Yeah, Matt gives
Right
him
after
the
Matt,
greatest
after
message
Matt
ever.
talks him, yeah,
Oh,
Yep.
what?
yeah.
So he's about 55 feet away from you.
That's hilarious. That awesome one-liner will only stay between us now, Matt.
So it
No,
goes.
that was the intimidation for the other guys to know what was up. But like, don't run
Send a
also,
message
because
to
that's
everyone
not a good
around
idea.
the world.
Yeah, send a message when you're chilling with us, not like running around on your own free, like whatever.
Man burns in the middle of capital city streets.
All right, go ahead and roll the attack roll.
How do I hit this though?
Let me just double check his. I believe that hits, but let me just double check quickly. Yes, it does. It just hits his armor class. So go ahead, roll damage. Okay, 3 damage. So firebolt just strikes him like in the lower back, and no, you know what? The firebolt strikes him in the butt, and it just like gets him like moving even quicker.
Gave him the swat.
Is another reminder. You know.
See, you can just
That's
play it
the
off
guy
as a
you
warning.
asked. That's a guy you asked about tea too, which is the fucked up part. He'll never leave the house without like a tea bag.
He's gonna go tell his
He's
boss
always
that.
gonna have tea on him now.
Is that all
You can't be
time?
letting information leak out like that.
What
We're
happened to you?
survivors.
You know what? Some like bunch of thugs are gonna show up like very far in
Yeah.
the campaign, and
Yeah.
like who we're looking for. You mean the guy that got singed in the ass when he started crying?
It's like
Wait.
Mercenaries 2. They shot you in the ass, upper thigh.
Semantics.
This guy here is just. Can I go?
Not until you join our club.
Wait, don't you work for us now?
Who the fuck are you?
Grim,
The
I know I said it
crossbarbs.
3 times.
The crossblades. Are
Oh,
you?
the crossbarbs.
Is that a new crossbar? So is that a new gang?
Crossblades.
Well, the crossbarbs could be one of
Yeah,
our many
crossblades.
subsidiaries. That could be our street toughs.
Well, we could use street ears and or tufts.
You're starting the Baker Street of regulars.
Sort of like that. I don't know if it's quite so wholesome. But...
The crossblade. Wow. I don't know if you're telling the truth or smoking something better than what I've got, but I thought you guys were dead.
I mean, do we
Well-
look dead?
I mean, we did just show up.
For comparison,
Your friends.
compare us to that
You're
guy over there.
mistaking us with your friends. Your friends are dead.
No, I mean, like, I don't know how long back, but I thought you guys all died when the pirates attacked.
Nope. Held on by a thread, and now we're back in town.
The band's back together.
And doing pretty well, kind of smoldering semi-skeletal face behind him.
Yeah. Well, I guess
Hey,
Erst. Damn, look at what you did to him.
Well, if you want to get technical, he did it to himself. The angry dead, remember.
Sure. Well, fortunately I didn't kill anybody, so I'm leaving. Goodbye. He just steps back a little bit.
do you really think that's wise after what just happened to your friend that ran away at Mach speed?
Fireball!
I guess can that be an intimidate?
Yeah, go ahead, roll intimidate.
No, we probably want to send out the offer, but maybe not like press gang them.
Okay, he just freezes when Otto like. So
We're building ourselves up to be like the BBE
Yeah.
in the middle of this town.
So who threatened him with this? That was Graham, right?
well,
Talking before
Graham
he
was
started to walk
talking.
away?
Yeah, so he was walking away, and then Otto just
Intimidate.
yells at him.
Yeah, and so you might want to listen to the gentleman a little bit more in depthly if you get my drift.
Yeah, what do you guys want?
Well, like I said, appreciate it if you would leave our guild hall alone. And
Oh yeah, no problem. We're done. Nope, won't come. You won't see us again.
well, as it happens, if you're looking for honest work that doesn't involve a high risk of being clawed down by the angry dead, we're hiring.
Yeah.
Join
He just
us.
thinks about it for a second. Do you want me to come by the guild hall or not?
Up to you. Just don't come throwing rocks through windows or trying to claim tax incentives.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. No problem. Yeah, I'll go get a job doing something not this.
Good call.
And he looks over at the Lucian, and he just like actually heads this way.
Like ass to the fucking wall.
Yeah, he just like kind of like hugs the wall as he like tries to keep out of the sight line. And he just yells to this guy, "Good luck, you'll be fine."
Keep it up, big guy. You got him on the ropes.
And this guy's basically like semi-conscious.
Well, he'll live. We could probably drop him off at a doctor's or something if we're not going to do horrible shit to him.
I mean, I'm just your persuader and intimidator, along with Chungus.
Yeah. Currently, this guy is not really in any shape to like.
Negotiate.
Yeah, basically.
He's like bleeding out, isn't he?
No,
Right now, he's stable.
He's got
like
what, 6 HP.
Give him a bit of a rest, and he should be fine. But well, should be.
I guess we can take him to the doctor.
Just kidnap him.
He needs medical attention if you want to like recruit him.
But we like misery him.
I think honestly, he's in enough misery.
We could
we need to preserve our reputation here as well too. So let's bring him to the doctor.
How did the necromancer become the party conscience?
I was wondering if
it really is quite amazing.
You're not technically like a necromancer
yet.
A necro curious.
I just have a necro kink.
All right, so yeah. Let's see here.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right, true. Jacques is gonna yell out to the group, "I'll see you all soon," and he's gonna look at Piffle and he's kind of gonna give him like a nod, like, and a wink, like. He's gonna take off after this guy, like almost as an invitation to Biffle, like if he wants to join. He's gonna take off and follow this guy and see where he goes, but just like kind of keeping away from him, not attacking him anymore. But I want to see where he goes.
Which one?
Ooh, maybe he's got a
the one to the right,
or something.
who I shot in the ass.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do some skulking.
All right. So this guy is pushed his way into a crowd. So go ahead and you can try and track him via, let's see, maybe an investigation check or a survival roll to try and track him.
Either or works.
Yeah. Okay. And let me just roll a quick one just to make sure. Okay. Fiffle's lost a track, but Lucian's able to like investigate following some blood like fresh blood. He's able to like track, and you're able to keep him in sight. One thing though is he does see you, and he's like still booking it.
It's like Assassin's Creed, like the first one, the trailer.
Yeah, I got feline agility. I am like trying to keep up, but like also, well, I guess if he sees me, then.
You can do a stealth.
Try and track him from the rooftops.
You can do a stealth.
That's kind of what I was trying to do, but he sees me, so I guess I will try to go stealth now.
You can try to blend into the crowd.
Yeah.
Climb onto your back, and we both go stealth.
Yes.
It's
So now there's a halfling.
A halfling cat monster.
Although that might deter the feline agility that I was just using to keep up with him.
But I'm also
let's
very
try it.
handsome.
Let's try it. Who cares?
All right, go ahead, roll stealth.
We go stealth.
Piffle needs a top hat, so it's like a cat.
So yeah, he's able to see you guys like attempting.
Wait, I get to reroll once.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so Fiffle's able to like, in an almost bizarre Ratatouille way, able to like adjust Lucian's like stealth to like keep them stealthy together.
Oh, okay, cool.
So this guy like saw you, and then he looks forward and runs a bit, looks back, and he can't see you at all.
This is fun. We should get you a saddle.
We need the halfling crossbow mountain platform.
We can talk about it. I saw a good meme, like a little backpack with little feet for you to just stand on. You can just stand on my back.
Just get him like the little baby carrier for the front.
I saw a meme for it. It was literally like for D&D halflings. It was like two pieces of wood at a right angle that you like put on your back so they can just like stand on your back as you like do whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. We're still chasing him now. Stealth.
Oh yeah, you're stealthy right now. So, go ahead and make another survival roll to keep following him through the crowd as the blood has like, well, he stopped bleeding, so you're not quite able to follow like the trails of like fresh blood anymore.
So survival.
Yeah, you're able to just easily like keep an eye on him. He's not doing a great job of being stealthy, but he eventually like runs up to a building with a brick front, and the windows have been like barred over. There's a couple of people sitting out front on the like the front steps, seeing him approach, and you see him exchange words with them quickly and like show some like a little icon in his hand, and then they're like just wave him on through, so he like enters into the building.
Could I do like a thieves' cant check to get past that or something?
Yeah, thieves can't. You would need to roll for this. Just make a perception check to see if you can see it from the distance.
The thieves can. What is that? What is it?
That's a
Local, like
Secret writings of thieves.
You see, you're not able to like make out the exact like hand signal he gives, but it does appear to be like "let me in," like "danger, let me in." So you're able to like identify.
Gone too. Red alert.
Yeah, you're able to identify like the quick hand signal they give, even if you're not able to get a full idea of what it means. And you would probably have a hard time replicating it to them.
Okay. I'll say that I need to get a closer look.
Maybe if we come back with some disguises and we try the symbol ourselves, we can get in.
Perhaps.
Okay, let's go back to the group. Tell them what we found.
Okay.
I assume while they've been doing this, we've been like trying to get the guy stable.
Like the lay on hands from Otto has been able to help him like not die. So make a medicine.
Not like torturing the dude.
Make a medicine check.
Grabbing a coffee. I'll be right back.
Go on, I'll go. Unless I'm the one making the medicine check, in which case I'll be making it untrained. I'm good with dead people.
What's your bonus on it?
It's actually decent.
Mine's is a +2.
Mine is, I think.
But it's not trained.
If you, yeah, okay. So looking him over, you think he's gonna be all right. You think that like the additional health he got from the lay on hands is gonna let him live. So you think if you just like give him some time to rest and recuperate, he'll be okay?
Well, I reckon he's out of the woods. I'm not a living people doctor, more of the other was. But I know he ain't on his way. I'll put it that way. How about you? How you feeling, champ?
Fine. I'm good. Just let me rest.
Alright. Give him some water or something.
He manages to drink the water. It looks a little painful to swallow, but he does manage it.
Did we take him to like a doctor's place or just bring him to like the hall or what?
Do we know any doctors in town?
You haven't really seen any doctors, but you figure there's like, somebody who does like doctor work.
Yeah, we can go looking. Maybe don't move him until we know, so we can kind of split up into 2 and 2.
And you would know like the temples around the area do actually provide healing.
Does there happen to be a Temple of Eidos in the area?
You're not sure. You haven't really taken a look around to try and find one.
None I've heard of.
None you've heard of, no. But like, you've seen a few temples around, and make a history check.
I will.
You remember there being like a really big temple here that might have some information, but you're not sure.
Well, if nothing else, a big temple usually implies a temple district, so we can probably find him help there.
Okay.
So, who wants to go and who wants to stay with the guy? I assume we're not going to be dicks and just like sling him over our shoulders and go hiking.
Could.
I can carry him over my shoulder. Yeah.
All right, now the important thing is not to move him more than we have to. Chung it, chung it.
Are we back by now or no?
Oh yeah, I would say like you're able to get back. You like disappeared for like 5 minutes.
We see them like kind of getting ready to move the body. I just want to chime in and be like, "Hey, we found their base. Maybe we can just bring them to their friends. They can deal with it with a warning." And finish this. We didn't really get to talk to anybody about plans moving forward.
That's not a terrible idea, though. Knowing them, they might try to finish things there and then, if you get what I'm saying. So we ought to be ready.
I mean, I'm ready for 8 hours with my mage armor.
Maybe take a short rest, or I guess we could say that sitting in the alley with the guy was our short rest, so we can restore HP.
Yeah, I need to heal. Yeah.
I would say like you probably spent a total of 30 minutes. So if you spend an additional 30 minutes, you can complete a short rest.
Yeah, and Bram will just make sure we don't move the guy until he's had at least a little time to sit still.
Okay. Yeah, giving him like that hour after healing him as best you can, he's able to at least stand on his 2 feet again.
Mm.
Like the paladin magic stitching his like innards back together have done the trick. He's not ready for like another scrape, but he's definitely like at least
more alive than he was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think? You reckon your friends will take exception to us bringing you back?
You probably don't want to go see them. I'll just go. I'll be fine.
Seems reasonable. Offer stands.
Why do you say that? Why should we not see them?
Because they'll try and kill you.
How could they try any harder than you just tried?
Because there's more than 4.
Oh, how many more?
I don't know, a couple dozen.
Couple dozen.
Not worth starting a proper Barney with until we're good and ready, I'd say. But
And I should mention that we're just the Iron Hands. We work for the Iron Masters. There's, I don't know, a few hundred of them throughout the city.
Are they merchants? Iron merchants?
Yeah, something like that.
You 100, did you say?
Yeah, like 100 or so, maybe a bit more. I don't keep track, and they got additional folks throughout the other cities, not just Vaxfall.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose if we remove their arms, they might notice. But on the other hand, maybe we won't notice.
I reckon we shouldn't go making enemies we don't have to. We told them to stay off our land, and I reckon they'll appreciate that message.
Hell.
We don't gotta antagonize them.
I don't think the Iron Hands are gonna. We won't be back. I don't. I don't care enough about your house.
Let's see what your masters care about.
Can we check if he's lying? I feel like can we do like a little?
You can do an insight check if you'd like.
Pleading for his life there.
He does. You get the feeling he doesn't. He's not gonna bug you again. But you're not sure if he believes the Iron Hands will leave you alone.
So,
you just know
we
he
don't know
won't.
that he speaks for the Iron Hands.
Yeah.
Right.
You just know that he's not going to be back.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
So, if you go back in, having been patched up a little and spared your life, that going to do us any favors in terms of avoiding future conflict, or are we going to have quarrels no matter what we do?
I'll put a good word in with you.
I'd appreciate that. We're not here to rough each other up in the streets. We're here to try to do some good.
They cleaned up Crusher pretty good. I don't think anyone's necessarily gonna look for trouble with you. At least not us.
That's the hope.
I hope. Yeah, there you go.
But I do really enjoy fighting. Just so you know.
Can you keep the big one away from me?
I'm not entirely certain that I can, but I will make the attempt.
Well, fella, I'm not in good shape for fighting right now, so let's call it a draw.
All right, it's a draw.
I love Chungus. He's a good feller. Just what he says on the tin, I guess.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
Well, listen. We're back in town. We're hoping to start normalizing things. We're going to be cleaning up the mansion. hopefully that'll be a one-time affair. If windows start getting broken again, we might have cause to discuss again, but I don't think either of us want that.
It won't be me, so don't worry. You don't have to worry about that.
Well, thank you. And offer stands if anybody's looking for honest work.
Yeah, maybe. I'll think it over.
Anything else, fellas?
Nope.
He waits a beat, sees that you're not gonna hassle him, so he starts to move away and just kind of does his best, studying himself against the wall a bit every once in a while, but manages to get into the street and heads.
Use quick fireball.
What is
Two for flinching.
called? What group is he a part of?
Iron Hands.
Oh, Iron Hands, right. Iron Hands, and
They're a
they're
subsidiary
of the Iron Masters, right? Okay.
Who are themselves a subsidiary of the Iron Wolves.
God damn it! This isn't a fucking feudal world in a 40k.
But it is.
If you give us that case, I'm going to drive to your house. I'm gonna give you a wet willy.
No. Nah, he manages to disappear into the crowd. As long as you don't try and follow him, in which case you could attempt to track him again.
I mean, Fiffle and Lucian know exactly where the hideout is too. So.
Well, we know where they're at if we do need to go bother them. But honestly,
I don't think we need to.
I think we've done our hey, we're home, motherfuckers, well enough. If they want to go start more shit, then we can go finish that shit. But
Yeah.
no sense starting a gang war. We're one day in town.
True.
All right.
What do you think?
Well,
So we can give the money over to this guy so he can start repairs that we got from him. That's the donation.
all right. So yeah, you're heading back to the guild.
Yeah, I don't think we need to do anything.
Probably makes sense.
Oh, wait, can we loot Crusher's body? I want to loot Crusher's body, see if he's got anything else other than that great axe.
Crusher had the great axe, and you grabbed all the gold from him. You could do an investigation if you wanted to check and see if he had additional stuff on him.
Finish.
Sure, I'll do that as part of funeral.
Can we take his skull and it can be the trophy of we're back, motherfuckers? We can go next to the ogre trophy.
You find 10 silver stitched into some of his the lining of his coat.
Nice. I share that with the group and say hey, can believe a few more coins.
Actually,
I'll ask Graham if that's acceptable to him.
If you want to take a trophy, two things. Don't do it out of disrespect for the man, and take something that's a token of him, not from you.
The axe. The Great Crusher's axe.
Yeah, we do have the axe.
That makes a lot of sense.
I want to pee on his face. I mean, respectfully.
I respect men. Actually, Graham is going to bring his body to the graveyard.
All right.
That is a heavy body, dude.
I've got a good strength. I'm good.
Chungus, help him. Please.
I would say the two of you working together, you are able to lift up the body and are able to, move it through the streets. A lot of people are seeing this and are a little weirded out.
And put it over the body. So they're carrying a body
here.
Maybe you want them to see, actually.
Well, Graham
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Graham's also not dragging him by the ankles. He's
this isn't Dark Heresy.
Due respect.
Yeah.
It's just dragging him by his ankles.
Chungus is also doing his best to follow Graham's lead.
Wedding over the threshold, carrying his body.
At one point, a guard does see this and stops you guys. What do you got? What do you got there, fellas?
Hi there, mister. How are you today?
Had ourselves an altercation with a member of the Iron Hands who was trying to claim our guild hall. We're cross blades, sir.
Make a persuasion check.
I can assist him with that.
Please do.
Okay.
Do you want to make it or should I?
I mean, I could probably make it. Do you want me to? Mine's at a +5.
Yeah, please do. If Ian's okay with that.
Yeah, go ahead. Just do it with advantage. Or actually, have auto
Wow. That is the most ridiculous.
It wasn't a high DC.
Actually, I would have also done the guidance too. So.
All right. Well, we're gonna just say it's the guards just.
We're gonna give
Iron.
him a proper burial.
Hands, huh? Can you guys come? Why don't you folks come with me real quick? We'll just have a little discussion.
God, random security check. Fuck.
It's like a speed trap.
I'm white.
TSA all over again.
Listen, let me at least get this feller to, if not a morgue, to the graveyard. That's where we're headed.
You can come with us.
All right, yeah. Let me come with you guys, and
That's
then.
only fair. I understand.
Uh-huh.
I'll explain the whole
He goes.
We're not doing anything shady.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Listen,
Let me escort you to the graveyard to make sure you don't have any issues.
the context clues are telling me this guy does not believe me at all.
I
I
mean,
need zero insight for that one, guys.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. Okay.
Let me escort you to Snow Rest, and then we can, you won't get hassled by anybody else, right?
I'd appreciate that, actually.
You're
I
so
understand,
nice.
rather a
Are
lot.
you a police officer?
I'm one of the guards here, yeah.
Yes, he is, Chungus. My name's
Well-
Graham.
Actually, make a perception check.
I will make a perception check.
Okay. Looking at this, he's not just a city guard. He's actually over his heavy cloak, he has a heavy cloak and it's over some actually rather well maintained and heavy armor. But you also see printed on the armor, it is specifically the symbol of the Order of the Yard, which is a knightly order. That you're able to figure out it's a knightly order. If you wanted to make a history check and get some additional information about them.
Yes, I would.
Okay, go ahead, roll history.
There it goes.
Okay, so
Oh, the first one went through after a lag. So
yeah, so you know enough about the Order of the Yard that you would know that they are one of the officially recognized knightly orders of Viderheim. So they are, in fact, supported by the Duke and all the counts. They generally deal with law enforcement and just are typically meant for, making sure that, crimes don't happen and that people follow the law of the Duke. And they are based out of Whitestone Courtyard. That's about.
Police officers.
They're basically looking out for people like us.
Not quite.
We're really not criminals. We're not that
No,
bad.
but it's like
As we drag a dead body.
I mean, yeah. Look
Listen,
at the.
He was trespassing and we was
I
defending
press that
ourselves.
with due respects.
They.
Now, Skeeter, listen.
I mean, look at it from this angle. It's like these guys are dragging a body across the street.
There's actually nothing illegal about dragging a body, mind. It's just suspicious, is all.
No, that's what I'm saying.
As we're traveling,
Quite suspicious indeed.
Graham will kind of give the guy a not quite a tip of the hat, but he'll be like, "I recognize your heraldry, sir. I reckon this is an awful lot to take in, but for starters, we all got guild seals, right?
Yeah, you're still wearing your guild necklace.
I'll make a point of showing that with no sudden moves, just to show them
Like a
that we are in
PBA
fact
card.
crossblades.
Huh, haven't seen this in a long time.
We just made port today, and while settling in, we met with the steward, one of the last surviving members of the guild, and the place has seen better days. And what's more, there were a couple fellas who thought that owning the place meant paying no taxes on it and tried to claim it for themselves. We went to tell them otherwise, and things turned violent, as you can see. If you're wondering who took the man's life, it was myself. You could take a look under the tarp, but it's a little distressing if you're not used to the kind of magic that disciples of Eidos can do.
Go ahead and make another persuasion.
We'll try to make
I-
another persuasion.
Well, I'll let him do it. Can he do it
Yeah.
at advantage?
Otto would have to help him, although Otto, you could in fact try to provide guidance.
That would be good.
Yeah, I'll give him guidance too.
Okay.
That's
Otto
what-
just provides
That's
guidance.
D4.
So add 4 to that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Come on, where's the random dice roller? Oh, right.
well, you're doing an advantage too, right?
No, it'd be guidance or advantage from Otto, but I would say because Otto didn't pipe it, didn't speak up to help assist him, it would just be able to pull off the guidance.
It kind of makes sense. Like I'm the one doing the talking.
Yeah. Now, if Otto were to speak up on also and like try and like bolster what Graham is saying, that would be the ability to add guidance. But 13's fine. This like you've been able to give him enough that it lowered the DC. So does look under the cloak. Ugh. Well, I know the Iron Hands, and I'm not going to give you any trouble for self-defense.
Appreciate that.
But
not looking to cause too much stir now that we're new in town, but I reckon some's inevitable. Reckon everybody in this burg thinks that the crossblades are good and dead.
Yeah, most people do. Well, he reaches out his hand. I'm Asher, Sir Asher.
Graham takes it and gives it a shake. I'm Graham. They call me of the Potter's Field.
I guess they call me the Mighty.
Don't come by.
I'm Chungus, the Simple.
Why did they call you? He just looks. So why did they call you that, Chungus?
I don't know.
Ironic nickname, I bet.
Oh,
I'm real smart.
Yeah, I gathered.
Sure you are, buddy. Yes, you are.
Doing
The smartest.
great.
Thanks, George.
Well, let's head up to the snow rest and we'll chuck him in a grave.
Yeah, I was meaning to get up this way anyway. I wanted to take a look at the guild dead and the catacombs and see what state they're in.
Yeah, you got. It's all open to the public, so.
A lot of work. What needs doing?
Yeah, ain't that the truth? So he brings you to Snow Rest Hill. So Snow Rest Hill is, as you would expect, a big hill.
I got it.
It is a multi-tiered graveyard. So from the base of the hill, where like the gate entrance is, you see just a long stretch of gravestones with a staircase running from where you are all the way to the top. And looking from the bottom to the top, you definitely see like really like very little in the way of grave markers, or the very simple wooden grave markers. Up like on the next tier, they are actually like normal like headstones, up to like larger, more fancy ones before you get to the actual catacombs from where you can see at the very top of the hill, where the majority of like the richer people or the more established families of Viderheim and Vaxfall are laid to rest. So Sir Asher just says, toss him in like one of those carts there, and he points to like a empty cart with a graveyard keeper who's just taking a quick break there.
All right. If it's the same to you, I'd like to lay him to rest personally. I did the deed and all.
Yeah, it's up to you. We had our talk, I suppose, so I don't think there's any need to head back to the Whitestone Courtyard, so.
Hopefully see you around under better circumstances.
Well, I guess there could be worse. I'm not gonna fault you for killing some scum like this.
Well, most of us share the same grave in the end anyway.
I think yours and mine might be a bit nicer than his.
Yeah, I'll see to it that he at least rests easy. It's the least I can do.
Yeah. Well, I'll be around. He just turns and leaves.
I tip my hat. And oh, one last thing.
What was his order?
There happened to be Order of the, and it immediately fell off the tip of my tongue.
Order of the Yard.
The Yard. There happened to be a Temple of Ados. I'm reckoning no, but I'm new in the area.
I've not heard of your god, but if you go to Faith of the Grand Ones, keep temples. If you go to the Jeweled Temple, that's where they keep the majority of the shrines to the various gods. We do keep foreign god shrines there as well, so probably the best place to find one. If you took a look around, you might be able to find something here. But
I think I might.
yeah. And
well,
he,
Chungus. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, he just turns and leaves.
Well, Chungus, I might be a minute. I don't know how you feel about keeping around in graveyards. I'm a little more used to it than most.
I don't mind the smell. George, I can help you dig.
Well, thank you kindly.
So yeah, the graveyard keeper who saw who's by the cart, he's just smoking a pipe.
Howdy.
Howdy. How can I help you, folks?
Got one for interment here, and wanted to know if you could show me the Crossblades catacombs and where some of our dead might lie if you happen to know the plots.
Crossblades? That's before my time.
Mm.
What are you, a mercenary group?
We're we're new members looking to reinvigorate the guild.
Guild. Well, hell, let's go take a look. As for this one, we got a fresh grave just for him. And he points to a kind of deep hole, but there's actually a few other bodies that have already been dumped inside of it.
Graham kind of looks down at this. Face a little unreadable. Bit of a storage problem on the hill. Not enough real estate to go around.
I can't give one plot to every poor folk here. Unless you want to pay for a nicer plot for him.
Time enough for that later once we're rolling in it. But for now, I'll do what I can with what I got.
And we'll get a priest out here. There's always one roaming around.
I can take care of that if you like. I'm vested.
Yep. Figure this one is looking for... I don't even... He just looks at the skull head. I don't even know who he would worship. Just tell him to rest easy with all the grand old ones, and they'll take care of him.
I'll see to it. Thank you, sir. One moment. And I will go and lay old Crusher to rest.
Yeah, you just drop him in the hole with, the rest.
Alright, now we gotta treat this body with respect and dignity. Womp. It's like pulling a tablecloth out and fucking up the trick.
Yeah. So while Graham is doing this, what's everyone else doing? Or are you all with Graham?
I think we
I'm
kind of
smoking with the gravekeeper.
Yeah.
Gravekeeper just watches Graham do this. Is he a friend of yours?
No, I never batted a day in my life.
Okay. But you just follow?
This is really good stuff you have here.
He just hands you the pipe. Yep. Yeah, I know.
Maybe it's better if Piffle's not there.
I got the best tobacco here. Just keeps you warm, right?
Okay.
And you do feel that early fall breeze, especially in the upper north here. So you folks are with the Crossblades, and that's a guild of some kind. Do you move corpses normally?
No, not usually. We actually happened to fall upon this guy, and we had a little bit of a gambling unsettlement thanks to Chungus. And one thing led to another, and here we are at his funeral.
Well, it's nicer than a lot of folk would do, so...
Yeah,
I can't...
It was a miserable death. We felt like we owed him.
Alright then. Well, good for you all. Well, there's his grave. We'll give him a quick funeral. Came at the right time. Just taking a quick break before I filled it in. Alright. Let's get to this. He goes to the grave. Alright. No priest I can see. But I didn't bother looking. So, may the Grand Ones watch over you and wherever you end up. Y'all, rest easy now.
Viderheim just like, I am amazed there has been no throng of undead hordes washing over this city.
Oh, I pack these things up nice and tight. Heh, nothing cutting out of these.
He just opens his mouth, closes his mouth, opens his mouth.
That meme.
Alright, he just gets a shovel and starts filling it in. He's actually pretty good at his job. He fills it in nice. He packs it in really nice and tight. There we are. Plus, winter's coming soon, so this will freeze right quick. Alright.
Should we say a few words? You were a good fighter? For the mere 5 minutes we knew you.
You could have been our guard.
It was honestly like 30 seconds.
Did he even land an attack? I'm pretty sure he missed his attack.
Yeah, he did.
The other guy got the double attack, and the other guy
got the hits
shot
on
at me.
Chungus, I think, but Chungus... Or no, those were the two guys.
He attempted to attack you and missed.
Yeah. He attempted to attack Otto with a 20 and missed. I thought he hit him. He had hit him with like a 19 or something, no?
One guy got a 19 against Otto.
With the 19, yeah.
The only one who actually managed to hit... The one who managed to hit Chungus was the one who got shot in the butt with the fireball.
May the afterlife bring you accuracy and better gambling chances.
Aw, why do my rolls suck when I want to be good at rolls?
You give thanks. You're trying to like think off the top of your head of the old one, like the grand ones here, and it's like, Regard? No. Storm's a murder. Erald? Light and Sun? Yeah, there we go. Good enough. Like, you're only really able to think of Erald, who's like one of the nicer deities.
Ain't much one for the local custom, but...
This dude probably followed Rhaegar, honestly. God of Storm and Murders.
Probably.
And with that, you complete your funeral. You complete the funeral.
Yes, you completed your own funeral. Achievement unlocked.
Well, you have the graveyard keeper goes back to taking a break, smokes his pipe.
I'll go check out the catacombs then.
Catacombs, he takes the pipe out, up the stairs, at the top. Good luck.
Good luck.
Most people don't need to wish you luck looking for a catacomb. Is there something we should know?
The stairs are icy and there's a...
Piffle emerges from behind a gravestone. He's kind of dirty and you don't know what he's doing there.
Yeah, the stairs... Dude, that's like... Yeah, that's 300 stairs all the way to the top.
Is this Skyrim?
Good luck.
Here, I'll manage.
Yeah.
Come on. If you want to join me, feel free. Don't feel compelled.
The... So, 300 steps to get to the top, and it's takes a bit. These steps are kind of long and wide, so it's not just like... It's not just like one step followed by the other. You have to like step, kind of walk a bit, and then step up, or take very long steps to like get from one to the other. But eventually you do manage to get to the top, and here you do see this is the very nice section of Snowfall Hill. Snow Rest Hill. There are just large catacombs, like the large marble structures to like enter in. It looks like there's a lot of family crests you can see. Go ahead and make an investigation to try and find where the crossblades are.
There we go.
Yeah, you're able to figure out... You do eventually find the crossblades symbol on a larger catacomb entrance. It is barred and sealed, but it doesn't look like it's been like disturbed any. You do see a list of names that are written, or like they're engraved in there to show who is actually interred, and they would be like the founding members. as well as a number of names you don't recognize, but they look like they're maybe like additional members. They're also listed as protectors of the city.
That's cool. Who is Carl from accounting, and why is he on all of these?
And yeah, so you see a few people milling around, like laying down flowers, but for the most part.
Wasn't Graham looking for Mucius, the gnome wizard?
Yep.
That's something to look for, yeah.
Her name is not written on the on that catacomb.
Ah, so she probably wasn't there.
You remember she was mentioned as being put in a pauper's grave?
Ah, yeah. So we'll have to go back and look for those. I've got some names I can start crossing off of a list to know that, okay, these people got the catacomb burial, so we don't have to worry about them on that. So we'll start doing that, and I'll also check the state of the catacomb.
Okay. So yeah, you just like write down like the list of like names that are written down. It's several dozen. And the catacomb itself is actually in good shape. It does look like, because this is the richer section, that every catacomb is in fact like well maintained. So this one is also, nothing's crumbling. The ivy is kept at bay. There's no flowers or anything like that resting there, like there are at some of the other ones. No people who are visiting it beyond you. But everything's at least in good order, and nothing's like rusted over. The gate looks to be some kind of like metal that does not rust.
Okay. So that's something at least. It cuts down on the work we're gonna have to worry about. And I'll just start going through and making sure, like I said, just get the names. Anybody I don't have to worry about taking care of the graves of more immediately.
Okay, get about 3 dozen names from there.
Okay. And then...
and they would include the founders.
Of course. So then, is there anything like a central authority for the graves that I could talk to about having permission to exhume guild members?
There you do see like another of the like another what looks to be a graveyard keeper. He is tending to one of the graves there and is polishing it, making sure it looks nice, like getting rid of any weeds.
I'll go see him.
Okay. Yes, how can I help you, sir?
Howdy. My name's Graham. I'm a member of the Crossblades. Yes, we're still around. And
I like how you answered his first question.
Yep.
Yep, we're here.
I get that a lot. And we're looking to see if we could take some of our fallen from some of the poorer areas of the grave and inter them either in the catacombs or a private plot back in our estate.
All right, who are you looking for?
Well, that's the thing. There's quite a few of them over the years, and this is going to be a work of quite some time, I think. So I was wondering if I might be able to get permission to do some exhumations with records and paper trail, of course.
You might want to talk to one of the priests about that. But I don't see why that would be an issue. Just, get the paperwork in order.
Thank you kindly. Where might I find him to speak to?
Well, no one's here right now, but if you were to go to, go to the Jewel Temple, that would work.
All right. Reckon that'll be one of our next stops then.
All right. Well, we're always around if you need any help. Just as long as we have the paperwork, we can exhume some bodies. I believe you would have the key to actually open up your catacomb.
Think we do. We do, right?
You haven't found it.
Oh, yeah.
And we look at Piffle.
Do you really want to pick lock a catacomb?
It's ours, right?
Yeah, but then.
Raid it.
And there is a key that we know of that's ours, right?
Yeah, but how do you?
Nothing immoral about that.
Well, we could use the key. We're awful new in town. You know who might have the original, or would it be somewhere in our estate? Do you know?
Well, normally the various families, or I guess in your case, guild, would be the one to maintain the key. Then during the funeral, they would open up the catacomb and we would inter the body. So I imagine it's somewhere within your guild hall, I guess.
We'll have to talk to the keeper about that then. Thank you kindly.
Yep. Well, let me know if you need any more help. And he goes back to polishing the graveyard, or the gravestone.
And I already bought my supplies for doing the same at home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you didn't need them to, like, be shipped over. They were basically, like, there for you.
Cool.
Yeah, you left them in your room, if I remember right.
Yeah, like any non-traveling supplies.
Yep. Alright. Is anybody else doing anything at the graveyard here?
No.
Okay. Took about another hour, so it's about about 4:30 right now. So it is starting to get a little darker, but you still have a little bit of sunlight left in the day. Did anybody want to do anything else?
Well, we can head to the temple district if you guys want to. Otherwise, we can probably go back home. It's up to you.
What's the temple district?
I think he's gotta ask the priest for permission to exhume.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna do, but that would be trip to the temple district, I think.
Is it on the way home?
It's somewhat close to where you are. I mean, you can even see, like, the temple that the graveyard keeper was telling you to go to first. From, like, the top of the hill.
Yeah. Well, I'm heading that way. If y'all want to join me, feel free, but no pressure.
Yeah, I'll join him for sure.
Yeah,
All
sure,
right.
why not? Let's do it.
Okay. So, heading to the district where the temple is, you can see that it's a very large, like, building. It stands several hundred. It's about 300 feet high at its tallest point. There are statues surrounding the actual building itself, and the building is very, like, it's very colorful. You remember it was called the Jeweled Temple. As you approach, though, you see that it's like there's not actually jewels; it's just painted on.
Oh no.
But there's a decent number of people around, as well as a number of clerics. And the temple itself, like, there's some guards there, but they're not. They're mostly ceremonial. They open up the door as you enter, and the actual interior is once again very colorfully painted in. And there's numerous statues and shrines to all the various gods. The majority of them look to be the gods of Viderheim, but there's some smaller shrines to other gods throughout the area.
Other shittier gods.
There's a number of clerics there who are going about their business or are just answering questions or, like, providing, like, prayers and sermons to the people who are visiting.
Jacques is gonna go up to one and ask about any known red-haired gods.
What is the Viderheim take on bestiality? This is important.
Okay, you go up to a younger cleric, but he's got, like, his glasses. He's got a bit of a goatee. Just yes. I'm sorry, you were looking for which god exactly?
She's the red-haired goddess.
The red-haired goddess. Does she have a specific name?
That is how I know her.
Well, I can certainly take a look around. We do have a measure of we make sure that we worship and provide shrines to all the various gods of Viderheim, even some of the more evil gods, simply not to worship the mind, just to provide them, prayers that they leave us alone.
No, I remember. Her name is Sune.
Sune?
Sune.
Okay, well, yes, come with me. I think I might know. We do have a number of shrines to other gods throughout the world. We just make sure for any visitors who might come. Well, we even still have shrines to the Orwellan gods, even if the Orwellan Empire did attempt to enforce their gods above ours. So he brings you. He's looking around, and he actually does have to go up to some of them and read the names, but he does point to a very small shrine. It's just something small built into a wall, but it does depict a red-haired goddess. There you are. I'm sorry, I don't know much about her or her various religious rites, but if you would like me to say a prayer, I'll be quite happy to assist.
Yes, please. I would love this.
What are her domains?
Life and light.
Ah, of course. Well, I am familiar with prayers to Aralt, so I can adapt that if needed. May the... Well, I guess I'll tailor as best I can. May the light and life provide and support us all. Thank you for your assistance. We give our thanks and praise to you.
Amen.
What did you say her name was again?
Sune.
Sune. Sune Protect.
Sune Protect.
Don't suppose there's any local contribution from Eidos, is there?
Ah, yes, actually, the name is familiar, and I believe Eidos is within the area. Yep. He brings you over to it's another smaller shrine, also built into the wall. Looks like these ones probably were pre-built, and then any god that was left over that they still needed to make a shrine for was just kind of placed in.
Makes sense.
There we go. And what are the domains of your god here?
Peaceful hereafter, largely. Death, etc.
We have the death god here would be for us Leha. More death disease. I think that probably isn't what you're after.
Not quite, but
maybe Dentar the Warden, the Arwellan god of death and earth.
That's pretty close. Eidos is big on resting easy and respecting those that came before us and helped build the foundation upon which civilization lies.
Let's... Okay, Eidos protect, provide those who are dead a easy transition to the afterlife. Praise be to you. He's trying to figure out a good prayer.
Reckon not the worst I've heard. Wonder if I could go about making a better local presence if I'm gonna be here for a while.
Oh, of course. I'm assuming you're from the land from which Eidos hails. So we provide worship for all the gods of the world here. So as long as you don't, of course, hurt anybody.
Far from it. Though that does actually remind me of some of the business I came here for. We're all members of the Crossed Blades. Yes, we're still around, and looking to take some of our interred dead from some of the Potter's Field graves and bring them into the catacombs over time. But to do that, obviously, we would need an exhumation permit.
Yeah, we can possibly get the paperwork for that. One issue is most of the people who go to the common folk field generally don't have the names written, so finding the bones you're looking for would be a bit difficult.
I might be able to take care of that part. I'm vested, and I might be able to have a confab with some of the spirits of the place.
Well, if you can find where they're buried, we'll be happy to provide the exhumation.
Well, thank you.
And he just kind of like, he just goes and leaves. He figures you're probably all set.
Piffle's like, so what I'm hearing is license to grave rob.
What, robbery?
Robbery?
How specific was this license? You know, was it like you can dig up these 5 dudes, or was it like you're good to dig dudes up, y'all?
He kind of implied that you had to know where the guy was located, or where the like bones you want are located.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they're all in the graveyard. So.
Damn it, Piffle.
Every grave is a chance for glory.
Fiffle just writes, I can dig up anywhere I want.
Yeah, I can do what I want.
Fiffle Tulip.
Cleared to rob graves.
How many levels of Piffle are you on, my dude?
Alright. It's been getting there. It's been like another 30 minutes, like going through the whole, like this large building, of course. And so the sun is starting to go down. Some of the guards are just reminding people, it's a new moon tonight. I would recommend getting home as soon as you can.
What happens? Wait, do we know, like, by chance, what a new moon is? It should, or is this like a Viderheim thing?
I mean, you know what a new moon, like, you know, the phases of the moon.
Yeah, but is there something like?
Ask the guards.
Yeah. What the hell's an aluminum falcon?
Alright, everyone, best get home soon. New moon's coming.
Anything to note about that, or just
Anything significant about a new moon? We're kind of new in town.
Some people have been getting killed on full and new moons, so we just want to make sure everyone gets home safely.
Can I make a religion check?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you would know with certain, like, some religions revolve around, like, the moons and the phase of the moon, but none of them would really require, like,
Killing?
Like a sacrifice? None of them, like...
Purge.
Yeah.
How about, like, Restless Dead? Do they tend to be more restless on new and full moons?
Or more dead?
The guard... I'm not sure about the Restless Dead. I mean, I haven't seen any undead myself. As far as I'm aware, everything here more or less stays dead. You're not tracking with necromancers, are you?
More or less.
I'm a cleric for the hereafter, making sure that the dead sleep peacefully.
Well, necromancy is legal, so you won't get in legal trouble, but I just recommend staying away from it.
Is there any location that these murders are happening specifically?
It's all throughout the city, from either the rich sections of the town to the poorest, so I just give the same warning to everyone. So I would just go home for tonight, lock your doors. Once this passes, you'll be safe-ish. Well, from at least this.
Well,
and what if we wanted to help in this situation? Are you doing anything about it?
I'm just a temple guard, but if you did want to help, you could talk to some member of the Order of the Yard, any members of the actual city guard.
Thank you.
Yep. He just tips his, like, he's got, like, the iron, like, helmet with, like, the wide brim. He just tips it. Yep.
He takes his iron helmet fedora.
my straw hat back.
Stay safe, everyone.
Likewise.
I already knew Matt was going to say that.
Alright, I reckon we should head back home regardless, and I'll see if I can't give the dead a listen tonight and find out if there's any correlation. If not, could be brigands, could be killers, could be something else. Could be the dead.
Alright. So, you just head back to the guild hall?
Unless anybody wants to do something else. I don't want to speak for everyone.
In particular.
Okay.
I can't think of anything.
Do you guys want to like pick up your weapons that you got inscribed or anything?
Yeah, that'd be done by now.
Okay.
Okay. So, a quick quick detour to the Scales District, you're able to pick up your inscribed weapons. Chungus with his nice, was it Mommy's Best Boy?
Oh,
I don't remember.
Mommy's special boy.
Mommy's Special Boy. As well as Graham's Executioner Sword. Eardolith hands over both weapons.
Well, thank you kindly.
Quite welcome. And yes, I've done some good work on this. I think you'll be quite happy.
You did a great job.
Well, if you need anything else from me, I'm here. However, I'm going to be closing shop soon.
Yeah, the new moon.
It's got everyone in the city talking, unfortunately, but...
Which don't die.
Well, I suppose the same to you. Hopefully they can catch this person before whoever, or people, I suppose. It could be all sorts. But, before the Harvest Festival. That's when I do my most business. That's when most people here do a lot of their business. And, just...
it falls on a moon, doesn't it?
Have they been?
No, not necessarily.
Have they been killing weak targets or groups of people, strong people? Who has died?
Generally one person every full and new moon. I tend to focus on, I suppose, individuals. But it could be anybody rich. There's a guard one time. There's a homeless person another time. Just
were they all outside, or were some in their homes, or?
All the bodies were found outside.
What kind of wounds?
You seem like a rough sort. The bodies were skinned.
Skin. Do I know of any undead that really likes skin?
Make a religious check.
I'll give him guidance.
Oh, that would
yeah. Okay. Well, he rolled before, yeah. So, there's a few undead that might be interested in that, but nothing that sticks out at you at that time. But there is one thought. You feel like you've heard of something like that, but you just can't remember what exactly right now.
Graham gets that pensive, kind of frowning. Something about that sticks in my craw, and I don't like it.
It's not one of the major religions or any of that you can think of.
I don't think I can sleep well knowing there is something skinning things in this town.
Nah.
Just the torso.
Find it.
Oh.
I say we post up around the city tonight and listen and see what we find. And take out this shit eater.
Might also be able to.
Turns out to be a level 20 Cyclops.
Well, we can just get information.
Just get fucked, all of you.
We ring the alarms. We wake up the town. We get back up.
Well, I appreciate your insistence in finding this guy, and I do wish you the best of luck, but this could happen throughout the city.
Yeah, we're not covering the whole city.
Yeah, there ain't no way.
What if we split up and set up a signal in the air to say if something happens?
I mean, it's a big there's no way that we can cover the entire city. Is what I'm saying.
We don't have to cover the entire city, but better chance if we split up and maybe we only get this shot 2 times a month.
I'd recommend you fellas maybe stick together. Like I said, they whoever's doing this, the people or the group who's doing it, are focusing on lone travelers.
Oh, perfect bait. We will be alone. We can.
I could pretend to be a traveler.
I appreciate your folks' insistence, but like I said, he looks to you, Lucian. Do you really want to do you really want to find out if there is more than one way to skin a cat?
Oh, that is what I am worried about. How am I supposed to sleep in a city knowing any moment I might be skinned alive?
Well, just stay indoors on a full or a new moon during the night, and you'll be fine.
Instead of separating throughout the city.
Or at least stay together in a group. Don't make yourself a target.
Turns out the guys that ran away turned into werewolves at night.
That one guy that you burn in his ass.
Yeah, the one guy who walked.
It was him all along.
Yes, all
He's
these
loo- he-
tough
he's-
people in the city, and everybody
looking
just
for you.
cowers. All right, all right. If you are all cowards as well, fine.
I just reckon we want more information before we go jumping in on a Skinner.
Skin
So
hunting.
let's go talk to the guard, our friend the guard we met.
Why don't we ask, how long would it take us to actually get back to the estate? To see if we could ask there.
Be about an hour at this point.
It's starting to get dark already.
Yeah, it's like the sun's starting to go down. People are clearing off the streets, or at least making plans to like stick together in groups.
Well,
What time are we shooting for in the game today?
I wouldn't probably soon actually, but I just want like a specific spot. I want to get you guys back to the Windsong Manor just for one specific reason.
no. Okay. Do we want to make tracks that way while we figure this out?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So you head back to Windsong.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, the sun is almost completely like below the horizon. Carter Webb meets you there. It's like, you're back. Good.
We give him the money that we got from the.
I reckon the Iron Hand shouldn't be giving you too much trouble anymore.
We hand him the money.
Yeah, when he went out to go find him, he didn't come back for a while. I thought maybe something the worst had happened.
Nah, I had some business to take care of and some facts to find.
Oh, can I give him the ogre trophy so he can mount it for us? If he thinks it's a good mounting thing for us.
He just drop an axe in his old hands like. Ugh!
Oh yeah, and this is here's another axe.
At this point, the ogre trophy would probably be like the skull with like unless
Yeah.
did you take it to a taxidermist?
We didn't find one.
No,
yet.
we forgot to preserve it. It's like
It's-
rotting.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's
Also have some
Just
alligator
go.
parts from our first
Clean it and
alligator
cook
fight.
it for lunch.
Just pieces of an alligator right above the mantle. Is that a claw?
I have skin and teeth. out of it.
No.
yeah. You just give it like this rotten ogre skull. I can.
The eyes like dropping out.
Hey,
Ugh.
First fight.
We could have it cleaned, and I guess the skull will be fine. But
yeah.
well, anyway, in the meantime, I'm glad you dealt with the Iron Hand, so save some little trouble there. I did actually get some contracts. Okay.
Excellent.
Well, we got a few people. Got a couple of brothers who run a logging camp and say something's been bugging the loggers there. Some animal attacks. I got some people from a village. One guy here said that some orcs are giving them some trouble. We've got a kid who can't find his cat. And somebody who's looking for people to paint his shed.
The cat one.
The
I'm
cat
sending
one-
Chungus
I
on
like.
that.
I look at him like straight away, looking for a cat, and I point at Lucian.
We found him. That's an easy one.
Wrap it up, boys.
Yeah.
Easy money, baby. Easy money.
Wait, he's a cat? Like Carter gets close to Lucian? Oh. I see now, yeah.
He's a lot of things.
Well, I think this kid means an actual house cat.
Points at Lucian again.
Have you met Jacques?
He also talks back.
Anyway, my understanding is this cat has been neutered?
Points at
I was gonna let somebody else do it.
Not to distract from the actual work of why we're here, but you know anything about these killings going on at the new and full moons?
While
Yeah.
this is going on, I have a dagger going.
Lucian's just like flipping you the bird.
Yeah, there's been killings every new and full moon, so hopefully we get another week or two before the next. Or I guess it'll be another week until the next new moon. Wait, what day is it?
It's the new moon.
Oh, sorry. If I knew, I would have warned you.
All right.
Yeah, I guess started a few weeks back. Maybe 5 months at this point. So
Lucian's
yeah.
gonna take offense at this whole conversation and just storm off into the night.
And get skinned.
Lucian returns home sans cat skin.
He's going. He's going.
Guys, I found him. I found
Lost
him.
cat.
There
Just,
was
like,
more.
right outside the door. Just like right outside the door, but just like pissed off. Just come to make them worry a little bit. You know.
There was more than
No
one way.
wandering cats.
Like,
Where'd the cat go?
fucking Kaito gets back into his room and there's shit on his bed.
There's
So, yep.
I look at
Piss
Piffle, it's
in
like,
the
hey,
laundry.
5 weeks, 10 murders. I suppose if he strikes whoever's doing it, whoever they are, if it's one person, many, but hopefully nothing tonight, but I'm not too sure about that.
There's something that ain't sticking right with me. There's the guard we spoke to mentioned that the victims have been scammed.
Yeah.
And there's no churches I know of or no undead spring right to mind, but there's something there that I can't quite recall.
I haven't heard of anything, sorry.
Yeah.
But
Maybe I'll see if the library's got a few books on the subject, and that might help jog my memory.
yeah, I've dealt with various weirdos and cults. And libraries, most of the writings from our various members. So
We need to find the Belmont Hold.
you can take a look there. In the meantime, I did get some dinner going. Just a simple stew, but it'll at least fill you up.
Well, that's much appreciated.
and we gave him the money, right? We can just give it to him at dinner too.
Yeah, you gave him the money. Yeah, I think the first thing was just giving him the money.
Yep.
Here, consider.
And, unless
their
we're settled
donation.
on finding that feller's cat, we can discuss what contract we want to take over dinner.
All right.
Agreed.
So, do you guys want to actually do that discussion now, or should we pick this up next week?
I would say maybe next week.
Okay.
What do you guys think? I don't want to
Yeah,
speak for
agreed.
everyone.
All right. So we will
Kind of
call
before, yeah.
we will call it here and pick this up next week.